Welcome back to the Fast Life Podcast, which is brought to you by Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. Without a doubt, Simpson has been my go-to helmet since 2016. Their iconic and aggressive style has set them apart from other brands. Simpson offers many different styles of helmets to fit your taste and budget. Head on over to simpsonmotorcyclehelmets.com to check out all the different options they have for you, and give these guys a follow on Instagram at Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Had a great time in Sturgis. We did this podcast with Millhouse and Jake from ThunderMax while we were there. Spent the night with them the first night I got there. And in this episode, we're going all over the place, but we are trying to promote the Performance Throwdown going down Saturday, September 16th from 2 to 6 p.m. at the ThunderMax facility in WhiteHouse, Tennessee. It's a good time. I went to their party that they did in conjunction with the Club Style Tennessee last year, and it was insane. So if you're in the area or you're thinking about making the pilgrimage down, do so. It's a good time. So let's jump into these sponsors, and we're going to get right into this episode with the T-Max Boys. Cowboy Harley Davidson is located in South Austin, and they are ready to help you get on the new bike you have been thinking about, or help you get your current bike dialed in with all the performance parts and upgrades you need. From service to sales and everything in between, check them out at cowboyharleyaustin.com and on Instagram at cowboyharleyaustin. They have new 2023 bikes rolling in daily, so give them a call or head in and let them know that the Fast Life sent you. Our longest running podcast supporter, Lexin Moto, and our Bluetooth headset of choice here at the Fast Life since 2019, is still here providing you with one of the best Bluetooth headsets on the market, the G16, which I personally use on my motorcycle rides to check out everything from my favorite playlists to my favorite podcast. The battery life and sound quality is amazing on these headsets. Earlier this year, Lexin dropped the Smart Tire Pump, which became an instant everyday carry for many people on motorcycle trips. Well, now they have refined and taken the pump to new levels with the Lexin Smart Tire Pump Gen 2, which now offers an internal cooling fan, is 20% smaller in design, and can double as a portable charger while you're away from civilization. Pair these great products with some of the best customer service in the industry, and head on over to lexin-moto.com and drop the Fast Life offer code to save yourself 15% off your order. And don't forget to give these guys a follow on Instagram at Lexin Moto. If you have seen any of my personal bikes in person or on the gram over the past 6 years, you will definitely notice my ongoing support for Lucky Dave's. Their seats have always fit my ass perfectly and had the style profile I prefer in the 2-up seat game. I have ran the San Diego bars on my FXR and Dynas for years. Now I currently run the Peacemaker bar and riser series on my 2020 Road Glide. These bars are dope, with many options to customize the appearance, as well as get you dialed at the right height and hand position. I would go as far to say that the Lucky Dave's riser bar is one of the most comfortable bars on the market, no matter what risers you put them in. Check out all the options for your ride at luckydaves.com and give these guys a follow to stay up on product releases and inventory restocks on the gram at Lucky Daves.
Hey guys, you ready to let the dogs out?
Fast Life Podcast.
Do y'all want to take the hymns? See if we can get some boners on this podcast?
Oh, you guys haven't taken any yet?
No.
Oh.
I've never done a podcast with a boner.
Never.
Nah.
There's been a couple of times for sure.
Oh, man. I feel
I've
like
definitely watched him with a boner.
Surprise, shawty! Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, are we on right now?
Yeah. That's staying in this too.
Nice.
You want to show the upper ups at the ThunderMax? Like, yeah, we did this podcast and we were talking about
boners.
Yeah.
That's all we talked about.
Boner pills and...
Yeah. We didn't do very well in the motorcycle part of the podcast. But
have we ever done a good job talking about motorcycles when it's y'all two together on a podcast?
Oh, no, dude. Not at all.
What else should we talk about, though?
Talk about these prospects in here that need to get recognized.
Yeah, they're about to. They're about to.
This is the prelude. I'm going to have to cut all this out now.
Well, that sucks.
It kind of sounds like, I'm sure it sounds like we're in a fucking bar.
No, we're in a probably, what would you say, late 70s?
Double wide.
Double wide, triple wide. It's got two on the top and it's like a three
Like a three-way.
It's a double wide with a basement.
that has a spiral staircase, dude.
It has a spiral staircase.
Yeah, who fucking thought of that? Hey, you know what we need, Mel? A goddamn spiral staircase straight to the basement.
I feel
Of
like
our double wide.
And you can't use the front door. It don't go anywhere. It's just a deck.
The deck has no stairs.
It has no stairs.
I just walked out there and was like, yep, that's a deck. And then I walked directly back in.
yeah.
Right. So instead of that, they could have just ran a regular ass staircase, boop, and got rid of the door. And just have a back door to this place.
Yeah.
Weird.
It's on a mile long
2.2 miles
of
of
dirt
straight
and gravel.
teeth chattering.
They probably do that for the snow and shit to give a little bit of grip or some shit like that.
No, it's
Give
because of. So I grew up on gravel roads, and what'll happen is when they come and they grade those roads every now and then, because all the shit settles to the
berms.
sides, they grade it, and what happens especially in corners, you get a bunch of young kids or people that want to slide around the corner, and it throws that out and it creates these washboards.
Okay.
And it's unnerving because it'll walk a whole vehicle. You could be far left in a corner and it'll walk you out. It'll chatter you out. It's nuts, dude. And it's, I mean, kind of sucks on a bike sometimes. Especially, you know.
But
like-
we made it.
Yeah, we made it. We had steaks.
Dude, the
Yeah,
drive
it's nice.
from Rapid City to here, though, that one rip. I've never done that one road, though, that we did coming out of Rapid City to here.
Oh, man.
I've done, like, Nemo and Hill City and all that
Yeah,
stuff, but
yeah.
I haven't done that one. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, it was a really nice road.
I mean, we're
reservoir or
47
whatever that we went over was awesome.
Yeah, we're 47 minutes from here to the dealership.
Yeah,
Any way you skin it, it's going to be at least a 50-minute
Yeah.
ride.
yeah.
So, and there's, like Jake and I for the last couple of years have been trying to find, because we stayed so close, we were trying to find a different route,
Yeah.
and there's only about 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And one day it would be like, oh, let's ride by the Walmart
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah, we
Let's
ride.
go that way.
Yeah.
And it was literally just another straight, flat loop.
Yeah, when
no
you get
curves.
off into, like, the actual city of Rapid City, the traffic's pretty gnarly there because the light systems are not,
Yeah.
it doesn't work too well, especially on the other side of town. So you get stuck in that shit. I'd rather be, stuck behind a car doing 50 when I can be
Yeah,
ripping
dude,
80.
I really wanted to rip
Yeah.
around that guy, but we were so spread out.
Yeah.
I was worried that whoever was you in the back.
Yeah.
I was worried that Jake wouldn't have been able to get around him, and then he'd be stuck behind him, and then we're off. So
Yeah.
I did the right thing as lead wanderer.
So, but yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
Good time. Great oldies.
And we cooked a steak on a grill that wouldn't get any hotter than 350 degrees,
If it got that hot.
and an oven that wouldn't preheat. You just turn it on,
Who knows if it's working
and we
or
just
not.
guess if it's hot enough.
Yeah.
But the
No
house
ice maker.
and no ice maker.
Because we can never get a
But
house
guess
with
what
an
we
ice
do
maker.
got?
Spiral staircase.
And a hot tub. And a hot tub.
Which
dude.
I just found out I didn't bring my bathing suit, so I'm going to have to do it in the underwear tonight. With
Dude
you.
soup.
I
Not
just-
going to be
just
there.
Do it naked.
How long does the boner pills last? Maybe.
I think it says on
over
there.
8 hours is a problem, I've heard.
For who?
Somebody. I don't know.
I want to try one day. I don't really have a problem getting it up, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't measured it in a while. You know what I mean? Like, get a good butthole to the tip measurement and a good.
Oh,
good
Yeah,
walk.
got it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's the most accurate way to do it.
Do you? Right.
Well, if that's the case, I'm a 22-inch. I got thick thighs, dude.
I feel like, do taints change sizes?
As you get older?
Oh, I'm
or
sure, dude.
between
It gets
people?
droopier, right?
I don't know.
When you get older?
Is that what we're talking about?
Where's
when you get
Steven?
older?
Where's Steven at?
I'm just thinking about how much I love my ThunderMax module, and
Whoa. Yeah, why are we talking about that?
Because we were filling time until the place quieted down.
they're
and then
waiting on everybody to get to their.
Get settled in your chairs.
We're about to do
Daddy's
a
going to
podcast.
start a movie. Y'all be quiet.
How many years have you been coming up here with them? Is it what, since 21?
This is my third.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, 21 last year. Jake, unfortunately, Steven's grandmother passed.
Yeah.
And he flew home. And it
I
was
remember
literally
that, yeah.
just me, Jake, and Paul, our GM.
Mm-hmm.
And we got our shit pushed in for a few days,
Yeah.
you know. And
But
then
we
there's
did
some
it.
lull.
I mean,
yeah, we
we
did
made
it.
it.
We made it, surprisingly, you know. And that was a long rally.
Yeah.
That was like every day. I'm up early anyway here because the time change fucks me up. But, you know, get up early. We'd ride in and get set up. And hell, by the time you get all your walls and everything pinned up, you're drenched.
Yes.
So you just stay wet all
Forever.
day, you know.
Always.
Do you
Yeah.
do like a gallon of baby powder? Or?
No, I bought Gold Bond spray. Now this shit works probably 6-8 hours
Yeah.
max.
Can you reapply?
I don't know if you'd want to, man.
Okay.
Because
Like
by
you-
that time, you're already like.
You're already like it's
Yeah.
caked in.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you're no longer dry. But I would tell you this: I got out of the shower when I first got this shit last week because I needed to do some runs, so I knew what I was up against,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And I got out of the shower, and I told Sarah, I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna lay in here with this fan blowing on me, so I'm completely dry, so I can apply this shit." And she was like, "Wait, so you're gonna put your balls up against the fan?" And I was like, "Yes. Could you please not be in here because that's such a compromising position to be in."
Very vulnerable.
Yeah, completely. I got my legs kicked up
Did
on
your
the wall.
dog watch?
No, I shut him out.
Okay.
But I got my legs kicked up on the wall, up by the headboard, and I got this fan on high, and I'm just letting her get all dry. But that shit lasted all day. I went to work.
Yeah.
It was good, and the last couple weeks in Tennessee's been hot.
It has.
It's actually not bad here comparatively
Oh,
back
yeah.
home right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
It's been real hot back home.
I mean, I don't know. We never put a temp on the trailer inside, but it had to have been over 120 degrees inside the trailer.
It
Paul,
was-
what do you think? It had to have been hot. 120?
yeah, it was crazy. And so, you know, I mean, it takes, you know, honestly, you know, it takes a good week of kind of preparation
Yeah.
just to come out
H.
here. Right. Do what?
H. You said preparation. I said H.
Oh, got it.
Preparation
got it,
H.
got it. I'm
Jesus
catching
Christ.
up to the mayonnaise
Keep
right
going.
now.
Right, dude.
So, you know, it takes us like a good week of
Yeah.
preparation.
Hey.
And so we're out there, you know, in and out multiple times a day. And then when it comes to like really the load day, you're out there for, you know, 4 hours straight and it's 120 degrees on the inside, you know,
Yeah.
just to get out here and make sure you've got everything. And then, of course, you know,
Well,
you get out of
I
here
mean,
and you
we
don't
did
have everything.
We did a bunch of work on our trailer too this year. So, you know, it started really early of stripping everything. It was still cold when we did that. I think that was like February.
Right. Yeah. When
And
we
then-
stripped the trailer down.
You know, Jake designed the whole trailer layout. Of course, there's a process, you know, company, he's got to sign
Approve,
off on
yeah.
everything, you know, and made some few tweaks. And then Mikey at Ace Graphics did the whole printout layout. And just recently, I mean, because of travel schedules and, you know, going to camp out and
Yeah.
doing this and that.
I have had the pleasure of running Arlen Ness motorcycle products on my Road Glide and now Lowrider ST. From wheels to handlebars and everything in between, Ness has the parts to not only make your motorcycle look badass, but also perform better. A great place to start on your custom journey is with one of the 12 different custom air cleaners Ness provides, giving you options to fit your budget and taste. There is no shortage of killer products for you to enhance your motorcycle riding experience. Head on over to arlenness.com to see the vast parts catalog and drop BassLife10 in all caps to save yourself 10% off the entire website. And don't forget to give these guys a follow on the gram at Arlen Ness Motorcycles. Now let's get back to the show.
And we all wanted to be there and
like
weather.
we had a really wet spring, and so it was raining nonstop, and so just trying to carve out that time between everybody to have him come over and be able to do it took a while for us.
So, but new trailer wrap. What else? Oh, brand new AC units on the trailer. Like they put all new LED strip lights in. Nice. Like it's super nice, you know, and was the update that it really needed. But and then you're in it, and like Jake and I cleaned out just shit that we weren't gonna use or whatever, and we organized and just cleaned from front to back early spring.
Yeah,
and and then we've got everybody in and out. Everybody's got opinions on, hey, what we should do, and so you're trying to like appease everything, but I think who we have this year helping and working with us it's really been a pretty cool experience so far.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we have came really heavy this year.
Y'all, everything I've done this year, y'all been done heavy.
Right.
I mean, y'all leaned into the camp out heavy as fuck. You're doing, y'all popping outside of the bush yesterday.
The tomato plants. Those are like legit at our facility.
Everything that's been going on through the content y'all been putting out and the involvement in all these aspects of the community, it's obvious, dude. You go to a T-Bar Tuesday in Dallas, there's ThunderMax hats every fucking where.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's paying off, I think. I feel like it, at least on the marketing side of things, right?
So I told Millhouse my one goal for this rally is that where we're at the dealership, I want to be able to turn my head and see our logo somewhere on somebody.
Yeah.
Right. And so, we brought, clear riding glasses that are logoed.
Oh, I need some.
Yeah. We've got them in the booth, and then we've got bags, and I mean, it's just crazy because I want that brand recognition, to kind of show that, how dominant we are in the market. And so, it's been cool doing this over the last couple of years and trying to make all this come together kind of to where it's at now, and kind of taking that grassroots philosophy that we had talked about early on and kind of turned it into more of like a everywhere all the time. That's it. Be everywhere all the time.
And it's I think it's a better approach at this stuff instead of just picking the biggest events you can think of. You know what I mean? And then being absent for everything else, going on in America. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think you can, and Millhouse will attest to this because obviously, he's the main guy on the road, and that's where he lives. He's the road dog, right? And
trust me, we've hung out in a bunch of states this year already.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, he's always on the move, and we're extremely grateful for that. But, it's kind of cool because you can connect with people over multiple events.
Yeah.
Right. And, and so those people, they build a trust relationship with you. And then, a lot of times that turns into a trust relationship with the company as well. Because people know, like, hey, I can always see these dudes. They're always willing to talk.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And it's really nice to do all these events.
And I've made myself open.
Yeah.
Like, you got a question? I may not always have the answer, but I will find the answer for you. You know what I mean? And I think that is something that, I didn't think about early on. And there's some people that maybe step over a boundary, like late night shit. You know what I mean? And I get sometimes like, fuck, if I don't send this out, I won't remember, and then it'll be too late, but I mean, and that doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. Like, not just the homies on Instagram, but it'll be like just some random like this. There was a dude this morning, that called me from Houston at 5:15 this morning. It's 6:15 in Houston. We don't open till 8, bro. Like, Google it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I understand my phone calls while we're out at this rally could potentially start at 7 a.m. here.
Yeah.
And I get it. They may not get answered. I will return their call.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, you could just outsource that, and then they will bitch about the fact that,
Yeah.
hi, my name's David.
Right.
David, where are you at right now? Oh, I'm from wherever.
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Yeah, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's part of it too. Is just us making ourselves available.
Yeah.
All the time to everybody, and so and it's sometimes it has its drawbacks, but most of the time it's
But without it, you have no job.
Yeah.
Without it, there's no push for, product development and better marketing and better product swag and better support, really.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the more people that you have running your product, regardless of their backgrounds and what they do,
Who they are, yeah.
they have a good general idea of how this fucking thing works.
Yeah.
So if we're all standing around talking about it, they could be like, oh yeah, man, I really like how ... works too, and I'm like, oh shit, all right, so yeah, you guys really are learning more instead of just putting a product on and not knowing a fucking thing about it.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's cool too, like when we're here in Sturgis, we'll have people come into the booth and they start to ask questions, and some random person will walk up and they'll answer all the questions for us, and you just stand there and they're like, yeah, I want one, or whatever it is. And so it's like, it's cool to see that community grow as well, just because there is that product awareness.
With the, we were kind of touching on this outside. We were just, chopping it up and whatnot. But, for me, you guys are a sponsor of the podcast and have been for many years. And I think it's always kind of weird when people find out someone's like sponsored by somebody or whatever, because they don't know for a fact, like, is he really fuck with that company? Does he really use the products and things like that? And every once in a while, like, I'll see someone make a post about like, oh, you need a dyno tune, you need to do this. I'm like, I didn't. And I'm riding this bike, this Lowrider ST, all over this fucking country, 9,000 miles in the last 2 months.
Right.
I've had zero issues. I've ran ThunderMax products well before me and you met, on my big wheel stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, I haven't found a better way to just say, like, look, like, this is 100% on every fuel injected bike I ever run. And now I'm running something on a fucking non-fuel injected bike from you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, the ease of use is just, it's so much more simple. Like, yeah, if you're fortunate and you got this really badass dyno tuner and blah blah blah, and I get it, right? You got that, but I'll tell you what, man, I might just be a little bitch, but anytime I've ever had my bike dyno tuned, I'm like, be easy on it, dude. Come on, calm down. Like, I don't even ride like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I've just never had an issue. I've always had the power that I needed. Going from, mountains to the, coming off a mountain in Santa Barbara down into the ocean and through a storm. It's like it fucking works. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, before when we were sitting outside, and it's just, it comes down to like, how does the bike feel to you? Is it performing the way you want it to? Well, if it's doing that, if it's making you happy, if your mileage is right, it's performing the exact way you want it to.
Yeah.
Then it's doing exactly what it needs to do, and that's and not, it's really any tuning device, but specifically ours.
Well, the great thing about it is every combination of stuff that I've ran a ThunderMax on, whether it is a out of the box 131 crate motor, or the Zippers 468 cam setup, or this current what is the Woods
W22XE?
Yeah. There's like,
I was almost at the exact same time.
are y'all twins?
We're sisters.
There's made maps from other people that's kind of done some of the dyno tuning or whatever the case may be, to give the computer a great start for my application. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And so, like I said, it literally, like, got all the stuff from Fuel Moto. They sent the cam, the injectors, all this. Then they sent you guys the map. I mean, I don't know if that's how it works for the normal guy that coming through for you guys to set up or do you just sell it straight to them and then they put their own
Yeah, so generally they would come when they get shipped out to our dealers. They're going to come in and they have a map in them, but it's just a
super generic.
It's just a generic map.
Safe to start.
Right, but just generic, right?
Yeah.
And so then the dealer would then load the map into the module, either during install or like Fuel Moto does when they send one out, or any of those guys that sell on the internet that'll preload a map into them.
Yeah.
Especially Fuel Moto. I mean, and Zippers does too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But like both of them.
And Cycle Solutions, they do the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Like,
a nice
guys
white
that
glove
have
service.
A dyno that they're making products, they're not just the distributor, right? They're an actual shop and they're dyno tuning and they're doing product development. They have the capability of saving all these maps, and since they're selling that product, hey, you bought a 468 and a D&D exhaust, here's that map. It's going to be perfect for your application as long as it's within these parameters, you know? And we don't do it because, I mean, we're manufacturing and distribution. We're trying to get product out as quickly as we can. And there's a lot of times where guys will be like, hey, could I get this preloaded? I wish we could, because what that does is it's 10 extra steps along the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd almost have to hire somebody just
to be able to load maps. You know,
so I mean,
and it takes and because we're so small, it would jam up a tech to do that.
Yeah.
So we're just like,
well,
hey,
and loading a map
it's
is
easy.
simple. It's really easy. It takes less than probably 5 minutes. And it gives either the shop or the end user like a little bit of interface at least with the product when they load a map.
Yeah, that makes sense, because I've had it pulled up on my laptop before, and I've had to put in maps for my I've done it before I met you guys on a bagger, and then my good buddy Brad, we ended up installing one on his bike a couple years ago, and same thing. It's just you pull it up, you have a pull down that has a ton of maps already in it for the most part through the website or something like that. And you just like, oh yeah, we got a so and so 2-to-1. This, put it in, bam.
Yeah.
And then from there, it just kind of like does the rest of the work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, the biggest thing when it comes to like selecting a map is, it's an auto tuning system, right? And so its entire purpose is to auto tune. And so, when you pick a map, really, you just want to get it close, just kind of in the ballpark. And from there the system's going to pick up and it's going to learn and it's going to make the required adjustments that need to be made. So
I remember whenever we were at House of Harley and they were installing the 131 and they did dyno on top of it. So you guys sent a map there. Obviously that's kind of the perk I guess I get from being,
you're special,
stroking you guys off all the time and whatnot behind the curtains.
Whoa!
Oh wait, you're doing that?
I mean, do I have to?
I mean,
you do fucking now.
Yeah, you done said it.
Dude, give me the Cialis, dude.
It's Viagra, dude, and it's from Hims, and this is a not paid sponsorship.
When we were in the dyno room and J-Rock was dynoing the bike, it was the first, because I had it done twice. I had two 131s installed from them, and the first time it was like, I'm like, I wonder how much horsepower I'm gonna get out of this thing. So he dynoed it was like 97, right? And then he looked at the fuel thing and he just made a little adjustment here and he goes, all right, does another pull, 113. I'm like, oh shit, hell yeah. Another pull, 127, and then it got up to 135, and then there was all these little micro adjustments and 136, 137, and it was just funny because every pull it's like the computer would learn. You know what I'm saying?
And get better and better.
Yeah, each time. And the same thing happened on the second time when we did the 131 install. And it got to a point where he ended up getting it to 130 horsepower. I'm like, dude, we don't need to keep pulling. I know what it's going to do.
Right.
I get it. I'm ready to fucking go.
Yeah. But I mean, and that is the nice thing too. So, I mean, it's the best of both worlds. If you want to essentially
Because you can turn the auto tune function off, right?
You can, yeah. I mean,
Not recommended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a big subscriber to that.
Okay.
Personally,
I've just heard
but-
people talk about it before.
Yeah,
so.
and I can see it like in race applications, right? So if you're testing tune and then you've dialed in perfect, you want to turn the auto tune off so you're meeting all those targets down the track on the next day.
You could turn just the learn values down.
Yeah, you can
too.
turn the learn values down. So like, depending on the map, they can all learn up to 10% per key cycle, right? And so let's say that, I've talked to multiple dyno guys that kind of use this logic where they've got one dialed in, they feel like they've got the best pull that they can get. They will take that maximum setting and turn it down from 10 to like 2% worth of adjustment per key cycle.
That's what I did.
Just to keep it really, really close. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it still has the capabilities, but it's not drastically changing things.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Y'all thinking?
I don't know, dude. I'm
You're
just
gonna-
looking at that mustache of
Are y'all
yours.
gonna kiss?
That
What's wrong?
motherfucker is woolly.
It's big.
It is big. Your
Yeah.
wife is pissed off.
Oh, yeah. She's counting down to come home time right now. She's just like,
Jake's
she's
gotta
probably
be-
got a calendar
look,
and the whole bit.
Jake's got to wax his asshole and shave his lip when he travels home.
Yep, that's it every
You're not allowed
time.
to have a mustache at home?
Or a hairy
Nope.
asshole.
Neither one
go
of 'em.
back, man.
Can't have neither one of them. No, my wife's not like the biggest fan of my mustache, and so it's pretty well called the Sturgis stash around the house, and it's always her favorite when we have some important shit going on and that we have to have photos. And she's like, "Cool, awesome, so glad that Sturgis is coming up because you
Photoshop.
look like an idiot."
Our boy Seth is growing a hell of a beard. He's only been out here a few days.
Right, and
He's got more of a 5 o'clock shadow.
he's getting it in.
I'm about it. He's downstairs.
No, he's right there.
What?
No,
Isaac.
you said Seth.
Seth.
I thought you said Isaac. I'm
The
sorry.
other young one.
That's it. There's too many.
Y'all need to label
too much
them
going on.
Prospect 1, Prospect 2,
No, they got nicknames. Isaac, what's your nickname now?
red beans and rice. What?
Puss in Boots.
Oh, Puss in Boots.
That's
and
not
what's
cool.
Isaac's?
Or Seth.
Seth's, God
is
dang
baby
it.
fingers.
Baby fingers, yeah.
Those aren't realistic names that you're going to
Oh,
use
yeah.
later
You
on.
go look
Absolutely.
at his hands.
Yeah.
Tiny.
No, I'm just saying like that. It has to roll off the tongue more.
Oh no, we have stupid nicknames for
What's
everybody.
your nickname?
Oh, I don't think I have a nickname.
He's not allowed to get one.
I'm gonna come up with
Millhouse is just it's a nickname in itself, so it's not really.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steven calls me Big Daddy.
I call Steven Tink Tink
Yeah.
Poor little tink.
Poor little
Yeah.
Tink Tink. Yeah.
because he was riding an XG 750 one time in Daytona.
Yo, you remember that video 2 years
Yeah.
ago in Daytona when Steven was riding in the rain and his t-shirt was sticking to his belly and his titties were jiggling? And I got it on video. I'll show you. Man.
We videoed it all the way down.
And I did it in slow-mo, too.
Oh hell yeah!
You got some...
I don't know that I've ever seen
Solid
that man
B
laugh
cups.
that hard.
I'm for real.
Oh man. Well, how long has like the whole concept of like the horsepower row thing been going on? Because y'all
Ooh,
been
do you like that, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Performance Row.
Performance row.
Yeah.
I've been around. I remember talking about this in 19 when we were hanging out at your
Yeah.
booth.
Well, we were like tossing that around and like trying to figure it out, and it's like, oh, this would be kind of cool, like to get this going where it's like it's kind of the destination spot for performance at
Yeah.
Black Hills. When people come up here for Sturgis, and so it's
Oh shit, he's got some titties on him, dude. They're bouncing.
And then I showed him. I was like, dude, what the hell? And I think that's when he got a eating disorder. He looked at this video and said, my Lord, my tits are huge.
nah, he don't have an eating disorder. I watched him eat that steak earlier.
True.
He wouldn't even let us start the podcast because he was too busy eating
Yeah.
steak. Yeah, so I don't know. We just, I mean, I think it's a good fit. You've got
Trask.
Trask, us, Hoffman,
SBC's newer. They've only been there a couple of
SBC.
years.
Two.
Galfer is there, and then we've got D&D, and then there's Hard Drive across from us.
And Rick Rack.
Rick Rack, yeah.
Doing full Legend installs, and like they're getting more into it.
Yeah.
And I've shown
they're doing full exhaust installs and everything down there.
I sold Shane Riffle, the owner of Rick Rack. I believe he's the owner. He bought a bunch of ThunderMax from us. So they've been pushing product too, you know. So everybody on that row is really kind of, it's a conjoined juncture, you know. If we don't have something, hey, go down to D&D, they probably have your app, you know what I'm saying? It works.
You know, and our hope is kind of to coin the phrase, you know, we've been tagging all the other companies, and they've been using it as well, and then do a...
What? I said, yeah, and then they can start paying me royalties, baby. I named it. We named it.
But, you know, and so, like, our whole goal is, like, maybe to get Black Hills HD kind of on board.
Yeah.
You know, with the whole concept, you know, and so who knows? I don't know.
Well, and
we think
maybe,
it's cool to call it that no matter what.
Yeah, and I mean...
Are you asking for a street sign?
I'm asking for a street sign.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Prospect.
No, we're looking at Mikey from Ace Graphics.
Yeah.
We're letting him know that, like, we need a street sign.
Yeah.
And he's nodding his head back like he already knows
That'd be
what we're
dope
talking about.
if you put it up on the on the tent setup.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool to have this year, but our
But
guy
we
that
don't.
does that is here.
Right.
What you can
So-
do, I'm not gonna. This is gonna come out later. So
he said he'd overnight it.
Yeah.
dude, you think anybody's gonna watch if we go take a street sign down from around here somewhere?
From the Happy Hollow?
Yeah, just
What's
take it
this
down.
road called?
And then we can. Does he have the
Possum
vinyl?
Trot Lane or something. Or something. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we can just walk out there and just...
Yeah, just take it.
Just
I'm gonna
get
borrow
one.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Forever.
So I heard of and I'm not going to name the person that was involved in this racket, but there was a racket going around my little small town of a certain individual stealing street signs and then being paid by other students for said street signs, and had him his little own empire of
Nice.
stealing street signs.
How much did your son make?
A grip.
He's at Texas Roadhouse. He's like, I got it, Dad.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Go on, get that full rack.
Yeah. That full rack. We'll
You
get
want some
that.
shrimp with that?
Get 2 skewers.
What's their...
deserve
Texas Love Blossom. Is that what they're called there? That's your favorite restaurant. What is
Bloomin'
it?
Onions? Are we talking about Bloomin' Onions?
But it ain't called a Bloomin' Onion. It's called what?
Texas
I don't know.
Roadhouse has those?
I don't. They do have some kind of onion.
Cactus something.
Yeah, it's like cactus fries or some shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But-
Cactus
I
fries.
done saw a Texas Roadhouse earlier.
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't
one.
know they had fried onions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, dude.
They're good as hell.
Dude, Texas Roadhouse is
Jason's favorite place. He puts ketchup on his steaks.
no, I fucking don't, dude. You,
Dude, don't even
who
talk. You
buys-
bought Bold and Hearty.
Yeah, who does A1 thick and hearty sauce? Like
Yeah,
the
whatever.
A1
I ate it and I was like, what?
This is thick. It's
shit?
almost ketchup, right?
Yeah, I was like, this shit's sweet as hell. And then I looked at the bottle and I was like, Millhouse, that motherfucker.
I don't buy A1.
But you use it.
I use it on these Walmart steaks.
See, that's what I'd be saying.
Okay, but when I'm at, like, if I cook a steak at the house,
Oh, no, I don't. No,
I don't need it.
Yeah.
Now, steak and eggs.
No, don't
Steak
need
and
it.
eggs,
I do.
yeah.
I
With
don't
steak and
think.
eggs.
Well, no, we do have steak sauce, but that bitch ain't been open in months, you know. And
Is it fermenting?
oh, probably. Oh, can you imagine doing a shot of that? Oh,
What's that fermented cabbage? What's that called?
It's
Kimchi?
German.
kimchi.
Kimchi.
It's German.
No, isn't it the German shit?
Sauerkraut?
Sauerkraut. That's fermented, or that's
Pickled.
Pickled
That's right.
cabbage,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, pickled.
Goddamn.
You was all over it.
Dude, I just tried it the other day and it was like, it's all right.
Sauerkraut?
Yeah.
You
Shit.
just tried it?
So when I went to Covington's last week, there's a German restaurant at the sand dunes that they have. I don't know if you knew this. They got a sand dune community out there.
Yeah.
It's,
I don't-
I went there for the first time.
I didn't
It's
understand
huge.
any part of that.
So I'm at Covington's working.
Sentence.
Listen.
Sand
With your
dune
ears.
community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a sand dune community.
And so it's kind of like Mad Max to the Thunderdome.
Okay.
This town has been taken over by the fact that there's dunes within it. And so every house is outfitted. It's kind of like how Sturgis is, where they're like rented out, or there's companies that own these houses. They keep their sand rails and their razors and all the shit they take to sand dunes.
Okay.
And in this town is this German restaurant that's like soup, like you have to have a reservation to go to it in the middle of fucking nowhere, right? It's straight German food and German beer. So we go out there, and you know it's like bratwurst and like those type of things.
Jaeger Schnitzel, Knockwurst.
Yeah, it's all those things, right?
Blood sausage.
Yep.
Spätzle.
You're pretty good at that.
I fucking lived in Germany.
Oh, yeah,
We've talked
forgot
about
about
this. It's like the 13th fucking podcast we've done together.
And
We don't
every
talk
time-
about Germany every time, though, dude.
Anyway, lock it in your membrane.
ThunderMax is and has been my go-to for my fuel-injected Harleys since 2015. The T-Max module is designed to provide your fuel-injected Harley with proprietary auto-tune technology, allowing you the ability to add future performance upgrades to your motorcycle without having to go to a dyno for tuning. These tuners are worth their weight in gold. Head on over to thunder-max.com to get yourself dialed in with the T-Max tuner and drop the Fast Life offer code, which will save you 10% on your purchase, and give my guys a follow on the gram at ThunderMax EFI. Now let's get back to the show.
Yeah, so like, I had no idea.
German potato salad.
Where in the hell is goddamn Woodward, Oklahoma?
It's
then?
it's
If
northwest.
like that sand dunes.
Yeah, the crazy thing about sand dunes is there's pockets of them all over America. Like there's one in
we got some in Tennessee.
for real? I
yeah.
didn't even know that.
That's
Michigan?
due to either the platelet shifting or dinosaurs.
But dinosaurs.
I think it's aliens.
I mean,
Let's not
they
talk about that.
kind of almost said maybe.
We're not gonna say we don't have aliens.
Right, but we ain't saying that we do, but we're definitely not
How
saying
dope would
that
it
we
be?
don't.
Is if in that hearing all of a sudden you saw Tron in there going, "I plead the fifth." I can only think of 5.
What is going on, dude?
Oh man.
Aliens are going on. But yeah, so I had no idea. But
Do we have aliens?
When are y'all gonna get some alien technology in ThunderMax?
we're already working on it.
I mean,
I don't know what that would be. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like something
Yeah,
that sounds
just-
alien and I can't think of anything.
if they could just like think, like if I could just think about
And,
what I
you
want.
can't even joke about it because there's going to be somebody that's like, oh, they said they've got Bluetooth suspension now. Or
Right.
something stupid, you
right.
know?
We'll be on like some damn
no
SEMA
bullshit.
page.
I posted that picture on my story with my front end off because I was putting Justin's trees on my bike before coming here.
yeah.
Is that why it didn't work a while ago?
No, it works.
Okay.
Eugene, it's good, dude. It works now. Figured it out. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about?
Oh, suspension, Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah. So I posted a picture on my story with my fork tubes gone, and I was like, Bluetooth suspension. And one of my dudes come over the other day, and he was like, hey, man, tell me about this Bluetooth suspension you got. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, how's it work? And I was like, it don't, dude. It was a joke. There was no suspension there. And he goes, motherfucker. And left my house.
He's like, I'm out this bitch.
Yeah. He was like, oh, shit. Man,
All
I
right.
love you. Whoever you are. I will not
I
even
thought you were
say
saying
it.
that to Jace.
No.
I got super confused for a second. I was
No.
like, damn, they really are about to pop them pills.
Trying to get torqued up.
Speaking of torqued up, I can't wait to see old Trey
Trey
Bay. He's with all the influencers.
Yeah, they're out there influencing.
Bro, I felt influenced today.
Yeah.
I saw the bike.
Were you inspired or were you influenced?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw Jake. Shout out Swanson. Bike looks good. They
Pink?
did a great job. It is pink.
2 in the pink, baby.
Yeah. And I don't know why you'd want to go the other way.
Yeah.
That's gross. Buttos.
Just something different.
I guess. But so's a blowjob. You know what I mean? I don't get those every day. And it's cleaner.
Yeah. There's no messy.
Yeah, I love you,
It's just a
sir.
little wet.
I'm just like I'm trying to, and I just
You want
can't.
to chime in, or you gonna get in trouble?
No, I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna let this just marinate on the table a little bit.
Okay.
Well, we'll table it and come back later.
We're gonna round back to this one in a minute.
Right. Well,
What did you about to say?
you're gonna
don't
go
know.
around back.
I've been riding motorcycles, dude. So I'm like my vocabulary.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, dude. It's it's hard out here.
I bet you don't say home of address.
I do not speak like I'm a fucking worksheet to fill out for a goddamn job interview or some shit. Or what are they called? Resumes, applications.
Application.
Something that you haven't done, obviously, in a long motherfucking time.
I haven't done an application or written out my resume in so long that I think if I did, I thought about this not too long ago. I was like, if I'm gonna put a resume down, I want my humor to come across. You know,
I don't think that's a good idea.
I think
Tim.
it's a good idea.
I don't think so, Tim.
Yeah. Let me. Someone will start out with a dick joke
Yeah.
to open up this resume.
So first off, I got this guy. His name's Kyle, but everybody calls him Jive Ass Honky, and pretty much he just draws dicks everywhere we go. He's like my best friend.
I kind of manage his dick drawing skills.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think I'd be
$20 for 2.
Yeah.
25 for 3.
And if you want, he can do a caricature of you as a dick. You know what I'm saying? So we got
Flexing with muscles and semen coming out of your forehead.
I thought about doing that before. Like, what would I put on my resume? And how would I jazz it up to make it,
Funny.
or just like not
Interesting.
looked over. You know what I mean?
like different
Yeah,
than
like-
everybody else's. I don't even know.
Because I feel like, when you run a business for a long time or you're self-employed for a long time, you just you kind of gain a
Are
lot
you
of.
talking about in like a synopsis, like a bio about you? Because I think it's that's easy.
No, I'm thinking like when you have all those things you got to fill out, like worked here for this.
I just
long.
think you should tell
Right, but
tell a
then
story.
obviously
Start out by telling a story.
inside of that.
Here's
Fiction.
my mission statement.
Just
Well,
a fiction.
no, not a mission
fiction
statement,
story.
but like there's a bio
there is?
about what you are. What you like. What obviously they're your professional accolades first and foremost, but at the bottom, hey, I'm also a guy. But I don't think you really just say that. I think it's sit down, strap up, and shut the fuck up, motherfucker, because here's Jace Hudson, and boom, 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 and just speak it real.
and they're like, "Sir, this is Best Buy."
Yeah. This is a Speedway gas station, and you're trying to be the night assistant manager. So I didn't get the job.
Just saying, bring some energy to the late night.
Yeah.
Bring a lot to the table.
Yeah.
I think I'm overqualified, but I want to see what I can do with this opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. I want
Really
to
wanna turn this brand new
expand
store
my
around.
boundaries.
Dude, I think about that a lot. I think about what life would look like if I went a different direction at any point. Like say podcasting and all this shit, kind of like just the media change, the medium changes, right? Podcasting's not a thing anymore, and the next barrier of entry to be in some kind of space like this is something just way out of my element, right?
Like gay porn.
Yeah, like maybe, right?
I thought that was in his
Yeah.
element. Yeah, in his element.
Eh, I don't want to do it for money because then it'll turn into a job. You know what I mean?
Right. And,
He still
and-
wants to have enjoyment out of it.
Right. And nobody
some
wants to
sort.
get paid off of a hobby.
Right. Like I watched a documentary about, porno, and dudes, there was like a
Were
segment.
you mad there wasn't enough titties?
I was like, why? Where are all the women? No, but this dude was like, yeah, man, I mean, I do gay porn. I'm not gay. It just pays more. And I was like, what the fuck? Can you imagine just clocking in on that day and be like, you got these two dudes, Bill? All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Saddle up, boys. It's going to be a wild hour and a half.
I try to see
Because they got women fluffers.
for real.
Yeah, he had a girl fluffer. But he was doing boy,
A girl that
boy,
turned
boy.
into a squirrel. Because that was the noise you made. Was a squirrel
Oh, yeah.
noise.
That was a nut.
Oh, got it.
Anyway.
That's a little suck. Like,
I've been practicing. Dude, I've been talking to my birds a lot.
oh shit, dude, I was
17.
17.
I'm up to 17 now.
Dude, I'm still light this year. I've got 6.
I've only had one.
But we
come
added
see
another
your gift to me. I've seen one hummingbird this year.
Okay. And you've only got one feeder? Put another one out. You'll double. I promise. I promise. I went. My friend Josh, my best friend, he had one feeder. I watched their house, and I noticed they only had one hummingbird feeder. So I went to Rural King and bought him another feeder, and I took it to him on Saturday this past weekend, and literally we filled them both up, and within an hour he had 3 birds. Lost his ever-loving mind, dude. He was like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "We've had that feeder out forever, and you put this second one up, and they're here." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I've been talking to these motherfuckers, and they've been following me."
Yeah. Dude, yesterday.
That's a dolphin.
Yeah.
No.
And dolphins and hummingbirds sound a lot alike. Honestly,
They
like
do.
for real, if you think about it.
So I was going to get to that. I was, we were doing a podcast yesterday in Michael Lichter's backyard, and he has like 10 feeders everywhere.
Yeah.
These fucking hummingbirds were everywhere. They sound like locusts and things going across. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Were any of them like fighting one another?
Yeah.
They're super aggressive. Like the
Dude,
males
dive
are
bombing
crazy.
each other and
I
shit.
love how every time we talk about hummingbirds, dude. It's such a fucking.
It's the best. Like my favorite thing in the world is to get off work, come home, do my choring, sit down on my front porch with my wife, and watch hummingbirds. And now we've upgraded to like a bird feeder. So now we're watching cardinals and blue jays. I got binoculars. It's turned crazy.
I don't know what it is, but it's a bird in my patio or on my front porch. She's built a nest. She's got babies in there.
Oh, shit.
So like she's real protective, and all these little fast motherfuckers are flying around. And she's like, when I get out there, she flies out of the nest, right? But she perches up to where she can still see her nest. And you got all these hummingbirds, but dude, she'll go in and like run them off.
Dudes in Sturgis are like, "Yo, you want to go fucking blah blah blah? Let's go to the strip club." We're like, "Nah, man, there's liable to be some birds back here at this cabin. We're gonna look."
Oh, there was a deer earlier.
We've seen a deer, and then I don't know if it was a buck or an elk. We were.
Steven come in here and said it was a damn elk.
Nah, it wasn't that big.
Steven also
Believes in coyotes. No, wolves, not coyotes.
Well, I mean, he doesn't believe. I mean, they exist.
Yeah, these fictional wolves where we're at.
Not dire wolves, man.
Yeah.
I got to get some more whiskey or whatever the fuck this is. Y'all can talk. I'm listening.
Oh, thanks for permission.
Cool. I get to talk to you.
Cool. Yeah.
Why are you wearing the headset?
I
What do I
seen
sound
what it
like?
said. Oh man, you sound like Barry White, but white.
I feel like a white Barry White.
Yeah. You can hear all that. All right, Jace,
Can
that's
you
enough ice
believe-
cubes.
Can you believe
We don't have a maker.
that somebody is going to sit and listen to the entirety of us three
Tie your
assholes
shoe,
talking?
dude.
It's a damn
You look
child.
like a toddler.
Because your
Pants
shoes
are
untied.
sagged, your shoes untied, you got a stain on your, you got an A1 steak sauce stain on your shirt. Made you look, bitch.
Jace came out hard. He was like, "Let me put on that crispy, fresh whitey white." Yeah. That super white tee.
in the rain yesterday, and I wore it all the way from Colorado Springs.
How does it stay that white? How does it stay that white?
When you got
Can't get dirty.
You know, my family, my I'm trying to think of something racist to say. I just ain't. It's just not rolling.
Yeah,
off.
let's not do that.
Oh yeah.
Anyhow, Jace
You
has
said
on a
you
really
had
white
a whole
shirt.
bunch of shit to talk, Millie. Or did you already forget?
No, dude. I want to bring up the fact that you stand up and wipe your butt.
You didn't. Oh, for my birthday last year.
Yeah.
What about it?
You had a conversation, and I want to know how that come about. And you've been doing that your whole life?
Yes.
Standing up and wiping your butt.
Do you feel like it's get you cleaner that way? Is that the?
I feel like you were just mashing
I feel like the
it.
reach is probably easier for sure.
No, I like push my butt out so that the cheeks don't clap when I stand up.
What? The fuck? So you're sumo sitting on the toilet so you can just pop
No.
right up?
I've never. The way it came
Oh,
up at the
you-
birthday last year
Right.
was
Somebody else did it
Brad.
too.
Brad's old lady brought it up, And honestly, first time as an adult at 40 years old where I didn't know that you weren't supposed to do that. And Brad's like, yeah, I stand up to wipe my butt. I'm like, me too. And everybody's like, you do what? I'm like, oh my God. It's not something you do in school. Like, you don't, like when you're in school, like,
What?
Put it like this: when you're in school and you walk like first, second grade, and you walk in the bathroom, and you got that one kid that pulls his pants down to the ankles to pee. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and you were that kid?
No, I'm just saying, like, you see that, so you're like, I'm not going to do that. I was clear. Like, I'm just going to whip it out like the guys.
Because you're never watching anyone else shit.
You're not watching anybody shit and how they handle it. I don't even want to watch someone like do the thing of wiping their ass.
But you never
So,
saw anybody on TV or in movies take a dump?
I just figured they didn't do that for the video
For the
quality.
videography of it all.
Like,
Oh, I got you. Like
Is it if they-
photography.
Yeah,
if
it
they
was a
stand up and
cinematic.
their shit hanging out like that, that's just a different camera
Whoa,
angle.
that happens?
No, like I'm saying, if they did
Oh, yeah.
to
Okay.
video it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Plus, it's like if you like the way you got to reach around and do all this shit, and then it's like you're gonna smear to one side of the cheek more than if you just stand up and you can get a better.
I'll fix your life. You ready?
Bidet.
You're talking about smearing this and that. You need to be on the Metamucils. That's what you need to be doing.
Bro, I travel so much,
They make them in tablets.
man. When you have a combination of gas station food, McDonald's,
That's what I'm saying.
and then for some
Metamucils will
reason,
fix it.
It's like your body gets used to shitty food, and all of a sudden you're like, man, we're going somewhere nice to eat tonight. And it's like, whoa, dude, I can't do this great food when you've been filling me up with goddamn Twinkies and goddamn Pop-Tarts.
Beef jerky.
Ooh, Pop-Tarts. And all this other crazy shit.
We do
so-
have Pop-Tarts.
I know.
Dude, yeah. Getting close. Might have to break them out here in a minute.
Mikey's got his stupid cookies that he's in there eating right now with his towel draped over his shoulder.
He's getting ready to get in the hot
I
tub.
know.
Yeah,
He's
we'll
getting
get
the soak. He's making the soak a little. We even cranked it up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell him.
You put soap in there, it's just bubbles.
No, they said you couldn't.
102.
102 was the top.
But 104 is like the safety limit on a hot tub. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This
Yeah,
one out here
but-
is 104 too.
104 too.
So,
That's a radio station.
That's a radio station.
Yeah.
104.3 is Kansas City's Q104
What do they play?
country.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry.
So that was it? Like, it was just like the wiping situation? Is there more?
Oh, no, that's it.
We weren't
Should we
going
do a
anywhere
poll?
with that.
Should we do a poll?
Yeah. How many of you weird motherfuckers stand up like this guy? Or are you normal?
Don't wipe shame people, dude.
Do a poll on Instagram.
Yeah.
Just get one of those going real quick.
We could be like, do a video real quick and be like, hey, we're trying to take a poll. Do you wipe your ass sitting down or standing up? And if so, whatever. Like,
Why are you pointing at me?
Because you're the marketing guy.
I'm not posting an ass wiping video at all.
well, what if you do it on yours and then I'll be in it and I'm saying, look, I think a proper wipe is standing up. And, we'll go that way. That way we
So
can
should
divide
I do
people.
story and then hold
No,
this?
you could do, if you go hit this, you can go to hands free. And then you just hit it and it'll record the whole time. And then you hit it again and it's done.
Okay, so what do you want me to ask it?
Just say, hey, look, we have a poll. And then you can actually add the poll to it. Stand up, wipe down. Or, you know what I mean?
All right.
Stand up, wipe down.
So we're doing a poll. We're doing a podcast.
Hey, guys.
With old
What up?
One Take Jake. Jace stands to wipe his ass. How many of you do that? Let us know. We're going to put a poll out 24 hours.
Look, do you sit down and wipe your ass? Which
Like-
I've tried it since I found out that was an option. Or do you stand up, wipe it, check it, throw it in, wipe it, check it, throw it in? Like, I mean,
Or you could just sit, wipe, and do all of that, but sitting down, not
but you
standing
have
up.
you wipe and then there's so much you could get shit on you by pulling it around and back to you instead of like,
I don't know. Just let
This
us know.
sounds complicated.
yeah.
Okay, done. This. is it a poll?
It's not a quiz.
It's a
We already know the answer. One of them's wrong, and it's standing up.
look.
That's the wrong answer.
I know. I mean, judging by my birthday party, I'm assuming that the poll is definitely going to lean towards sitting.
Right. I think so.
Let's say, what do you think? 10% on my side, 20%.
Oh, there's no way that it's as high as 20%.
You don't think it's going to hit 20%?
No, I think it's going to ring in at probably
For some reason, 4% sticking out in my head. 4%.
I was being super generous with 9 because you had started at 10, like you thought maybe that was low.
And I was trying to get you to go high because in my head, like the divine
I
intervention
bought shit on
was
Facebook Marketplace, motherfucker. You ain't gonna trick me.
All right, it's out there. We'll see.
Oh man, that's awesome. Can't wait to see that one.
So Sturgis is gonna be good. I got a feeling about it this year.
I mean, I think you
excited.
guys do.
I got
good
a feeling that
Sturgis.
tonight's going to be a good night.
Good night. I wanna feel it.
Anyway, before we get to like off the topic here, we do need to talk about the party.
Oh
So you guys are
yeah.
hosting.
For sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
September 16th at our compound in WhiteHouse, Tennessee, 120 Industrial Drive. 2 to, what do we decide? 2
Like
to
2 to
6?
5, 2 to 6, something
La-
like that.
And it's
So-
a Saturday
Is
this
it
year.
is it kind of in conjunction like it was last year with the? When I was
So
out?
yeah, so we're like inviting everybody out. Club Style Tennessee's huge supporters of ours. We're huge supporters of theirs. But you know, we just kind of felt like this year,
to throw more of an hour party.
right?
Yeah.
You
Kind of
know,
focused
I
on
mean,
some stuff we wanted to focus on
Yeah.
primarily. You know,
You know,
so.
HPI always does a big blowout. I think a bunch of the indie boys are coming down. You got
Club Style
Wisconsin,
Illinois.
Club Style Illinois. I think they're getting a house in
They got
Nashville.
They got a big house. I was just talking to somebody today about it, but I don't remember who. So
But anyway, they're coming. Obviously, we'll have a big group from Club Style Tennessee. They always show up, and really, we're pulling people from
Yeah.
a lot of different states.
I mean, when I
Tony-
was there last year, it was a lot of people from different states.
yeah, we had somebody from Arizona
New York.
and somebody from New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I mean,
it's
we
kind of
welcome
turned into
everybody
like
to come.
a thing. I don't know. We had started it just thinking, let's just try to do this and see what
Well, and
happens.
we've got a really good spot to do it because we're an industrial park and we're not, none of that shit's open on the weekends.
Yeah.
So you've got all this empty space, plus we don't have a weekend shift. We're Monday through Friday, so
Yeah.
we like to enjoy ourselves every chance we get when we're home.
and
So-
we're on a closed road,
right.
Yeah.
which is super
So
nice.
the way that it's going to be, we've got
Tons of
Ben
vendors.
Jammin Nichols from Get Bent Moto is going to do a show.
And matter of fact, our gentleman Ben will be here
Tomorrow.
I think tomorrow. Yeah.
So he's meeting us up here. Ace Graphics, Platinum Printing. I think we've got Boosted Brad.
Clean Moto.
Clean Moto's coming up.
HPI,
Yep.
LA Choppers.
Yeah. So I mean, we've got a good run of folks to come and support. They're going to throw up a tent. Come support your guys that are supporting small shit.
Yeah.
And Brad's another Tennessee homeboy.
Of course, all the Dream Rides guys,
Oh, yeah,
they ride out every year, and we're super appreciative of that because they
Yeah.
always come out really strong to it.
Yeah, I mean,
And so-
John has always supported from day one.
Yeah.
They mob out pretty heavy. I mean, I think last year they had like 25 or 26 bikes,
Yeah,
man.
it was a slew of them for sure.
Yeah. So Ben's going to do the show. We'll have a bunch of stuff set up. Sketchy.
Yeah.
Outcast and 456 print.
Yeah.
Last year when he fucking had that sketchy ass wheelie.
Oh, yeah.
pull-up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, he'll be back again this year. So, I mean, I'm
it'll be good. We've got 2 food trucks.
Only Fries out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's a good friend of mine. So, like, I
That's
think
a
I
good
was the
name.
That
I think I
hamburger.
was the first person to book him with his new.
Y'all got to
food
do like a
truck.
pre-party.
Like Friday.
Yeah.
I might be able to do that.
We could talk to Tavern 76.
I mean, just think about like
Oh,
all the
look,
people.
we could rent that whole place out.
Right.
Every time, like, I think the pre-party thing is like one of the funnest aspects of coming into an event, like for out of town people.
Book a hotel for the weekend.
Yeah. So you're not driving an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 15 minutes away, and I may book a hotel for the weekend.
I ain't gonna lie, Millhouse's drive to work is pretty nice. Like the rolling hills and the towns that he goes through, it's a beautiful come into work. You know what I mean? But it is a haul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, especially that road, 76 that he takes in. I mean, it's a 2-lane. You know, and if if something gets boogered up on it, you're done. You know, you're sitting in traffic forever waiting on, you know.
I feel like a shitbag for saying this, but there was an accident that had just happened, like head on, kind of. There was already people attending to it, and I drove around them, dude. I was not sitting there. I'm fucking in traffic. It would have been hours.
Yeah.
And I'm in the van.
Crazy. Yeah.
And there was no way around. Like, I just had to get through it.
Yeah.
I hit the ditch a little bit and fucking she gone.
Not my problem.
Yeah, sorry, bud. And this motherfucker was out of the car, like holding his neck, no shoe on.
Just
like,
one shoe?
Yeah, he was one shoe.
One shoe.
That's when you know. Yeah, that's when you know.
You might die, dude.
And he was in a Honda Accord, and he got hit by a truck full of illegal immigrants.
So they scattered.
Oh, they were gone, dude. I think one stuck around, but he was fucked up. Like the driver. Yeah, it was not good.
That's a rough ass morning.
It was afternoon.
Oh, I thought it was
no,
morning time.
hell no, it was afternoon. I was headed home. I was not waiting, dude. I hope everybody.
Hope they lived.
They didn't put no crosses.
Best of luck to them.
They didn't put no crosses. It just pops up at like a month later, like, oh shit, that I guess, damn.
Shit, my bad. But no, he was like walking around, so he was fine.
Yeah. What was
holding his neck? He wasn't fucking dying.
So you also you're one of the guest judges for Austin as well, huh?
Yeah.
Are you driving or flying in for that?
We're driving. So because I'll set up 10x10.
That's right.
Mikey is gonna roll down with us.
He like works with y'all now, right?
I mean, he I would consider him, you know, definitely in our camp.
Yeah.
And he
set up all of his equipment at the shop. That way he can be that much closer.
right, but you know, he's a great asset to have in your corner, man.
And it's Ace Graphics, right?
Ace Graphics, yeah. Dude, he has done some stuff that I didn't think he was going to be able to pull off, you know, because he has a hard time telling people no, right? But he's been getting better about, like, going on social media and being like, hey, I'm going to be out of the shop this time and this time. If you need to get, you know, orders placed before this so I can fulfill them and not have you wait any longer, you know. So in that aspect, like, it's been really good. But he's been coming up and kind of just posting up. Obviously, you know, he's a homie, so we want to support him as well. And one way that we try and do that is introducing him to other companies that maybe he could work with. You know,
he's doing a lot of stuff in the industry now.
He is,
you know?
man.
So it's been really cool to kind of watch, you know, that business of his flourish and do well, and to be in the scene that he's in and that he was already supporting.
Yeah.
You know, and watch those two things meld together is pretty awesome for him.
I mean, I remember like one of the first the podcast that you and I did just one-on-one, I brought him up, and that was like all he was really doing back then was like slaps.
Yeah, I remember.
You know, and he's gone so much. I mean, obviously he's doing our decals and stuff as well, not just for our personal shit.
He just got some kind of new printer, like DTF or whatever. So like,
down to fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got
and he is
all
dude.
the orifices
We're rooming
in it.
together. He's got soft hands. No, I'm just kidding.
So, and like
Soft-ass
how
feet.
this thing prints is like, you remember like those 80s t-shirts that were kind of like, the print was like slick on the front of them, not like screen printed. So it'd be like a slick, almost like a transfer type feel.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And so, you know, our party, we're calling it the Performance Throwdown. That's going to be, I hope it's named for the next millennia or
18
whatever.
months.
Right, yeah. And So we're actually going to have Mikey do like some throwback shirts. We're going to do a limited run of those. Only have like maybe 50 of them there, and then we're going to do like some cool like limited hats, but they'll be really nostalgic looking. So
and which
it's going to be
try
cool.
and do, you know, I mean, obviously for camp out, you know, and stuff, but like, we're just trying to be.
I mean,
seen.
We've talked about this on the phone a lot, but the fact that you guys were able to take a product that's invisible on a motorcycle,
yeah,
and turn the brand into something that is widely seen amongst the people in our community, as far as like in the clothing and the branding and the connection to the like that's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
It's been trial and error on our end. You know, we've done stuff and it's been like, okay, this is going to hit, and then it doesn't. And then we've done stuff that's like, oh, we're just, you know.
Like that goddamn Hell Yeah Brother. No,
yeah.
That Hell Yeah Brother, we were like, yo, pre-order, and we were going to do it. And everybody was like, fuck yeah. And then corporate said
things were different. And
yeah,
so,
yeah. But
so
I think now it probably would work.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? But there's a progression of time.
I think now the proof's in the pudding on everything.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, they've got it figured. They've got a track. Everybody knows what's going on, and it's coming to fruition. And so,
and the cool part, like the monthly giveaways that we've been doing, not only is shining light on our company, right, but also that we're trying to support and highlight everybody that we're fucking with.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's really generally everybody.
And it literally goes like this, you know, when we get done with Sturgis, I'm going to look at Millhouse and go, all right, let's think of 3 other companies to do with this giveaway. And then it's just literally like, oh, this or oh, that. And then we're just like, okay, let's put a bundle together, call these guys, and let's do one of these giveaways.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Can you grab that vodka?
Our biggest thing is like we just kind of want to show the industry like
I ain't drank Sky since 97.
I was down at Club La Vila.
I drank vodka.
It was a foam party.
Foam party.
Yeah.
Dude, Red Bull vodka was my first like I guess you would call mixed drink into like my alcoholism in my late 20s and early 30s.
Yeah.
And it was one of those drinks where I'd just go hard on it for like all night, and I'd be talking in conversation, just, oh yeah, give me another. And the next thing you know, I go piss, and I'm like, whoa. And then from that piss to the out of the bowling alley, I'm throwing up in a bush and shit like that. Like I've thrown up more off Red Bull vodkas than anything else.
100%. Well,
they're so dangerous, man.
Jägermeister, like
oh yeah, I've thrown up a lot of Jaeger. Yeah, a lot of Jaeger in my day.
The vodka's on top.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't stir it, but I thought you had a game plan.
No,
I wasn't trying to get in your way, baby. I was just trying to let you live your life.
Let me know if I'm wiping the wrong way. Yeah, dude. Let me go 40 years like this. How dare you? Where we at?
Yeah, so
Does it give us a poll yet?
Not yet, no.
Everybody's sleeping.
Well, we're in a shit area too. So.
And everybody else ain't got no service out here in Sturgis either.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think my phone fucking says SOS.
SOS.
No, it don't even have that. I've just got some dots, like some ellipses. They're like, you ain't got no service.
It's thinking.
Yeah. But we got Wi-Fi's.
So we drank vodka Red Bulls in Kansas City at the Power and Light District. This had to have been 2011. Mm-hmm. I'm young. My buddy Joe Floyd is like bar manager at this place. So we're in VIP. We've got bottle service.
Great
We're
Goose,
a bunch of
right?
Yeah.
Great
yeah,
Goose.
of course.
Yeah. 2011.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm rocking a Ralph Lauren button up.
Oh fuck, dude!
I'm
horny right now.
Chunky tie.
Give me that pill, dude.
Chunky tie.
Loose,
shirt cuffed.
of course.
Spiky hair.
Oh,
This
shit.
is 2011.
Right.
Did you have
Peak.
like the seashell necklace too?
Puka.
No,
I think that's a little late.
after.
Yeah, I think I
that
was a little
after.
late on Pukas.
So,
Pukas really popped off in like 04.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
dude, you're talking about my senior year, dog.
I
He
grew
was
up
pooping
in
up.
black neighborhoods. That shit was not allowed.
There was no puka necklaces.
If you couldn't afford a chain, you could do the DMX and get a dog chain,
Got it.
or you had to get you like a nice chain,
But no
which
pukas.
could get you hemmed up. So you just don't wear a chain.
Right.
Right.
You know?
You're just not a chain dude then.
I mean, I couldn't. I wanted to be. I wanted to be a chain dude. That's why later in life, I bought a chain.
Channing Tatum.
All right.
That's his new name.
Chaining tape.
I'm changing your contact info from Dickhead to Channing Tatum.
He gave me a good nickname last year that I actually liked.
Sugar free.
Yeah.
Sugar free.
Yeah.
That's the only way to go on Red Bulls, by the way.
For real.
I'm like those taste like syrup.
I
to
don't
me
know.
now.
He's got. When you see this Red Bull, I think about throwing up anywhere I go.
It's stout.
It's
It's
stout.
loud. Yeah. It's real
Oh
loud.
man, I just can't. Get
It is loud.
We ain't rolled it up.
I mean,
Anyway,
Back to your party. Yeah.
so I'm wasted.
Uh-huh.
I leave the bar. I hail a taxi because there's no fucking Ubers. Good night, y'all.
Hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody seen Kyle?
South Park episode.
He's about this show.
I don't
Just hail
follow.
him. Anyway, Nazi
There's
jokes.
Nazi jokes. Yeah.
No, I got that. I don't watch. I ain't ever watched South Park. So
Oh,
like,
you
I don't know.
gotta expand your vocabulary.
I don't think I can.
So anyway, I get this taxi. I've already been puking.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time I'm like, they're just like, fuck you, dude. Get this guy. He drives me 300 feet, and I puke in his cab. I was literally going like 2.5 blocks.
Yeah.
I was not going far. Didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
Get sick of this cab. He's fucking pissed, man. I'm not even going to try and do his thing, but he was mad. And I literally took every bit of money that I had in my right pocket, which was probably only like 30 or 40 bucks, and threw it at him. And got out and started walking. It's January in Kansas City. It's like -6.
Yeah.
My sister's been trying to call. Don't feel that ringing or vibrating in my pocket, my old flip phone. And they finally find me. I've got no shirt on because I puked on it in the cab, and I ripped all my... This was a brand new fit.
Shit.
Throw this fucking button up, this tie out. She's like, where's your shirt? And I was like, fuck, I don't know. Where is my shirt? And the whole ride home, I hung my head out the window from downtown Kansas City to Bonner Springs, where my grandparents live, which is about a 35-minute drive.
Yeah.
My fucking ear was frozen, dude. I
Did you get frostbite?
No, but it took me a really long time to drink Red Bull vodkas again.
Yeah.
And then I told you the story about my brother-in-law shitting in the kitchen. We were drinking Red Bull, Jägermeister.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is
Jaeger
Jaeger and Red
bombs.
Bull.
Yeah, Jaeger bombs. But we were doing it by like the 5th. We drank 3/5 of Red Bull and Jaeger one night.
God.
And
That made my what's the... Yeah, I'm watering over here.
yeah, right. So anyway, long story short, we drank all that shit. He was blackout drunk, thought he was in the bathroom, wasn't. Shit on the kitchen floor. I'm in the living room. My sister's little house that she had, her very first own place that she was renting, was like a studio house. It had an 8-bedroom, kitchen, living room was all one room.
Yeah.
So he literally shit 6 feet from me, dude. Just posted up. He ain't sitting on anything, So now
Just
when we hovering,
Yeah.
shitting on the floor.
Plopping.
Have you seen?
So now when we get together, if there is any drinks involved, we do one celebratory Jaeger shot, and it's always, here's not pooping on the floor.
Have you seen those videos where people will be in a grocery store and it'll be a chick and she'll pull her panties aside and just project
Bro.
out shit out of it and then
So,
just keep walking?
I
Or
went...
some dude, it's just...
We went on a cruise. I had never been on a cruise before, right? And I had this friend of mine who was really jazzing up cruises and how nice they were. So, I was really expecting nice.
Yeah.
Right. And so we show up to this cruise, and nobody told me that his idea of nice was a bunch of rednecks shoved on a fucking boat together. Like, it was not nice. You know what I mean? And day 2, I'm kind of like, I don't know about this. I'm just not a cruise dude, I don't guess.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking through, like, the lobby of the place, there is a pile of human shit in the floor, and the woman is trying to stop people from walking through it. There's already a footprint in it, and she's trying to stop everybody. I'm stopping.
Don't nobody touch it.
I'm stopping to take pictures. Click, 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 click. And all I could think was, it was a large amount. It was like cow patty sized shit, like one big solid
Soft
plop.
serve or
Soft serve,
but
plop.
enough structure to
No
like
splatter. Yeah. So like over hard soft serve. You know what I mean?
That's it, folks. We are comparing shit to how you get your eggs done. I had a scrambled egg shit.
I was just like, God damn,
Yeah,
this
dude.
man makes a living doing this. That's all I can sit there and think.
It's hard work. God damn it.
So what's on the to-do list for you for Sturgis
For me,
this year?
man, obviously I wanted to get here and get this done because
Get you motherfuckers out of the way.
yeah, just get this out of the way, dude.
Yeah.
But no, I knew that like we had talked about prior to this whole summer kicking off about you guys coming into the studio and doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Millhouse is always in there, so that's kind of that. But you, on the other hand, are different with all your job duties that keep you a lot at home there in Tennessee. So I was like, well, fuck, man. Like, why not just do it here? I don't like doing podcasts at events and rallies.
Yeah.
But because it's so early in the rally that I feel like we could have got this done, and maybe I could do one or two, probably one more on this trip with somebody, but I haven't really reached out to anybody.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't want to. After tonight, I really just want to go visit with people, talk with people, make some more networking connections. I really want to shoot a lot of stuff photographically.
You didn't do any of that on the way here.
Dude, I thought about pulling over a couple times because
You should have said something.
yeah, I did.
You suck.
I wish we would have pulled over there at that reservoir.
I was going to, but there were too many motherfuckers there.
Yeah.
We would have had to wait.
So
I had
you
steaks to cook.
You weren't there part of this, but a good idea for throwing like one of the scavenger hunt on that little island where that flag was.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you get there?
Swim, but somebody.
I think I can make it.
That don't seem very.
So we just got back from vacation. My oldest boy has swam his entire life, like not like bougie competitively, but like
Michael Phelps.
not Michael Phelps,
Okay.
right? But he's always swam.
What's
He's
the-
a
what's
like
lifeguard.
a Jerry Phelps.
No, what's the
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
the,
his brother,
Yeah.
what's the dude that became a chick to swim?
Caitlin Gent. What?
What?
The Leah Thompson or something like that.
I don't know very many
I think
trannies,
that's an
dude.
actress, sir. Leah Thompson.
It is.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
well, there was
Leah
this
Thompson
like
is.
dude,
And I'm
this
pretty sure
dude
she
that
doesn't
became.
have a
It was
wiener.
national news.
This is the night, dude.
Goddamn, dude.
Hold on. I switched fucking ties. I put a pink one on. I had a white bow tie on, but I put a pink.
Millhouse 12 years ago. Kind of scary.
Oh, I thought you was going to say you could get it.
No, I mean he's a handsome dude. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like
These were all my fraternity brothers. That's why we were out.
shit.
And here's fucking bottle service, dude. I vomited so hard after this. Holy shit.
The amount of detail that
Yeah.
he can remember about everything. Like, I'm thinking about dropping toothpicks on the ground, seeing if he can count them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rain Man style.
Yeah, just like that.
17.
Photograph memory.
But yeah, anyways, I swam out really far.
On the cruise ship?
No,
What are you
man,
talking
on
about?
On
vacation.
vacation.
Because I think I can swim out there to that damn island.
How far did you swim?
It was a long
But what
ways.
he's not telling you, dude, is it was like a fucking half-mile sandbar, so he really only doggy paddled.
Yeah, so like we did, it was
Right.
like a half-mile
I
sandbar
don't
in
think
either
that lake
direction
has a
once
current.
we got out there.
Is it a lake or a river? That's a lake.
Right there, it's like a reservoir because it's got a dam and everything in it, but
Yeah.
it ain't got
Right
no
there,
outlet.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah, I think
water.
he
It took my
can-
breath away this morning, and I was in the damn Thunderbox.
Ooh, baby.
I was like,
Like
oh,
you told me
shit.
how pretty it was,
I
but
think he
didn't
can
know.
doggy pedal to that.
And we saw it on Google Maps, like because we were zooming in on everything. Like, oh, we can actually like ride this year a little
So
bit.
what do? Oh, I know what you do. You drop a pin at that spot.
Yeah,
No, dude. You take a picture from that bridge or from that
yeah.
on
we
the
just
top
post a story.
of the flag on top of it, right?
But we got to work out how I'm going to do this.
And then you put the
One, all right. So let me rephrase this. I've only seen this once.
Mm-hmm.
So in the morning,
Your dick will fall off, dude.
I will.
You don't have your heater here.
I'm going to look one more time, make sure I can make it.
I think there's a rowboat down there.
I don't even know if I can row a boat. I think I could swim out there faster than I could row a boat.
I bet.
That sounds like a lot of
Did you?
coordination.
There were girls down there in a boat.
Yeah.
But they was in like a big ass ski boat.
It will still take your ass from one side to the other.
If you run real fast.
Did I
If I
say
hitch-
other?
If I hitchhike on a boat, can you do that?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, I reckon so.
How do you think
You
girls
just
get
thumb?
on boats? They don't own them.
No, that's for damn sure.
Hey, sweetie, you want to go on my boat?
Yeah, every time.
That's a Tyler Porter reference. He does that all the time because he's got 3 chins when he does it. It's pretty great. But
With over 20 years in business, Custom Dynamics has built the largest product selection in the motorcycle lighting game. Superior lighting products supported by top quality customer service, all backed by lifetime warranties. I'm currently running Custom Dynamics all around on my Lowrider ST. Head on over to CustomDynamics.com where they have solutions for both early and late model motorcycles, and give them a follow on the gram at Custom Dynamics. Yeah, other than that, man, Sturgis this year for me is just kind of seeing everybody and stuff. And
I've pretty much seen everybody that I want to see.
okay, you're done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm all peopled out.
Wrapped up.
No, it is always it's a good homecoming.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier today when I picked him up from the airport. It's a love-hate relationship, right? You love being out here, and here maybe it changes the narrative a little bit because we get to ride a little further now because we're in the house in the woods on the gravel road with Coyote.
Grandma's house.
Wolves.
Yeah.
Wolves. But like before, it's always literally you ride 9 miles from the house to the dealership, and that's all you really get to see. You might get to go to Sturgis, but by the time we get off, dude, I'm tired. I don't want to do more people shit, and even a more concentrated party town, because once Rapid City, everybody's leaving around 6. And especially now, we don't have to do long hours, late hours.
No, yeah,
It's like 9 to 6 every day. And like security, when I went out for a rip and came back, he was like, "Oh, we're closed. Come back tomorrow." And I was like, "Hey, man, I'm working still." So it made me go around. But it's a love-hate relationship. You're away from your family. Jake's got kids, and it's always like around the first start of the school year and his son's birthday, and so you hate that you're missing it. But I love being out here. I love seeing everybody.
And that's the biggest thing, is just getting to see everybody. It's so hard, like, to get everybody like in one
spot. Yeah.
So with you guys being stationary in your booth, it makes it possible for you to see everybody. But when you're kind of like moving about it's hard to see everybody because the day you pick to go to Sturgis is the day that certain groups of people pick to go to Black Hills.
Right.
Yeah,
and then by the time
especially
you go
here.
back down, they're at Rushmore, and you're like, well, fuck, I don't.
and it's different in Daytona. In Daytona, it's better to be able to move around.
Yeah.
Because you can hit some different shows and Daytona's, it's just a different route. I don't know, everything about it's just different.
It's more.
But
It's more compact.
it's more compact, but it's like it's still better just to be able to move around because it's so compact. I guess it gets so hectic. There's so many people everywhere all the time, and it's so out here, not everybody comes to us, but a lot of people come to us to see us, and hang out. And so, the last few years it's been cool too, because we pretty well mobbed out that entire row. Has been nothing but, built bikes and this and that.
Yeah.
And it's been nice, like, to kind of see that, because Black Hills doesn't really get that like Daytona does.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot more builds and stuff rolling around.
Well, and Black
through
Hills they don't do a show.
A bike show, yeah.
And that would honestly, I mean, come on, we were just talking about it. That would bring a big group of
huge
people in. But I think that it's been brought up to them multiple times.
Looking at you get bent moto.
Right.
Well, Clock and I talked about it in 19, actually.
Yeah.
We talked about doing one, and it kind of fell through the wayside. And then I've been talking with Big Joe about possibly putting something on up here. We at whatchamacallit, JL Harley. With the FXR tour shit going on right now, it's like that needs to be the primary focus, and the amount of like support and attention that's got from a lot of the California brands and all the people amongst that world. It's kind of there's a lot there. It's a wanted thing in that world, and I want to make sure that I put enough energy and focus into that.
Too, even if it wasn't like anybody trying to listen to you, if it wasn't even maybe like a show,
no, but
almost like even like a takeover type deal where everybody mobs in at one time, and that way it opens it up to maybe some dudes that have got some kind of.
What I would love to happen is I would love to grab a handful of people that really are a part of this world. It's.
Is that a song?
No, it's
fucking Ariel, dog.
Whatever.
It's not a part of this world.
I changed the lyrics, man. Freestyling.
So if we were to sit down with a group of people and like really just hash it out and just throw ideas on the table and allow everybody to kind of criticize those ideas and come up with something that is uniquely different and a good time.
Didn't they try and do that in Daytona?
With what?
With the small business owners meeting?
I don't know. I've been to Daytona once, and I never wanted to go back.
I'm almost certain that because that's why
it's one of the things
JK stayed for was they did a small business owners meeting.
It's an independent. I mean, we're on it.
We're in it.
Yeah, we're in it, but I
anyway,
can't remember the name either.
It was supposed to be a group to support everyone that had a small independent shop or, was a smaller, more finite business or whatever, right? So, but I don't really see much of that. Like it's a
the problem is it's kind of off in the woods with this, but when we did the whole trip to California and you were out there and we FXR division and I Justin and Big Chris, we talked a lot about like
those guys are great,
bringing like certain people together that have the best interest
for the direction of
everything.
The industry's
that can kind of all support each other behind the curtains. It's not about anything public to anybody else's knowledge. And the concept behind it was to help curate and create things that keep things in a good. No matter what, it's always going to be on the outside looking and looked at as gatekeepers in some kind of aspects. But I think that like the right people with the right intentions is all about making this thing fun for everybody and trying to push away the riffraff that might be toxic.
Too, we're seeing like, kind of what I would consider like the rise of like the boutique brands in this industry, right?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of boutique
exhaust
companies.
Right.
I understand what you're saying, but like explain on that more on the boutique side of what that is for people that are listening.
Yeah, so they're just doing, kind of small run stuff, more handcrafted stuff, things like that. And so, or even just really small companies that maybe they hone really hard in on one particular product, right? And, I think there's certain companies who've been in the industry that are kind of looking at all these little pop-up smallers like, oh, no big deal, we're gigantic, we're huge, and I don't think that's
where they're losing them.
I don't think that's where the industry's at, or where it needs to be. It's back to that, and we talked about it before, that less corporate kind of aspect. And so you're starting to see where it's not just kind of what we were just talking about. We're not just supporting blank company, I'm supporting the dude that runs it or the dude that works there that I know, and we're boys, and now I want to run their products. You know what I mean? And I think that independent motorcycle group could really work well in kind of helping foster and build that some, and as well as kind of like, the same thing goes for the bike show stuff and all that, just to make it more cohesive. And
a lot of those bigger brands that exist, when they were kind of coming out, the industry had more people with money that were looking to invest in those ideas. And so right now, like because I would consider what I do much more on the boutique side of things. You know what I mean? Like it's a small run stuff. So, I'm a bad example, but say Justin, my machinist, like
Eugene, are you there?
He's like, how does a guy like Justin and my machinist turn into like a Clockworks?
But do you ever want to? Well, yeah, like a Clockworks for sure.
Yeah.
Right. But there's, other companies that's been bought out. Now they're owned by this. Now they're owned by that.
Yeah, and that's kind of like
that section of it. It's like.
Yeah, but it's kind of it's
that's the American.
There's
dream,
also the American
too.
dream side of it, right? So it's like I want to make the app that I can just sell it because somebody wants the technology in it. That the app doesn't exist anymore, but something in there is now part of Facebook, and I got $4 billion, and now my name's Mark Cuban. You know what I'm saying? So,
but
like those are the people that's what most people want financially and business within the industry. And
but
the ones
I think
that are
as far as like going to, as far as like how do you become, have that name in the industry like Clockworks, right? And using Justin specifically in this. If you look at what the crew and Brian over there at Clockworks have done over the years, is they've always fucking supported.
Yeah.
They have never not supported. And, that's the one thing that a company that's starting out now can do to have that longevity for years. But the problem is they get, companies get gigantic, and then they start focusing other places, and now they're not putting,
Well, they just lose sight.
Yeah.
Well, think about it like this. Like, if you think about the whole motorcycle, Harleys, just Harley only, right? Super big. We're talking Kuryakin. That covers everything, right? But then you niche in, or whatever, how the fuck you say
I don't mean this like, is Kuryakin still around?
I think they've been bought out and flipped out.
I knew they got bought, and then that company got bought, and then that, and it all rolled. But I didn't know if they were still like around. I don't know.
I don't know either. But basically, as you funnel in, you get into more niche and more boutique style thing, like how you said. And somebody can start a company in their garage, catering to one small facet of the motorcycle scene in industry, right?
Right.
And they can make good enough money, and they can make a living, and a lot of things can happen. And then you level up from that, and then there's all these levels that keep going, and eventually you guys are on a level, but then there's Vance and Hines, right? And you get to these companies that are so big that they don't really even want to like make a product for that smaller niche. They want to make this blanket product.
And I mean, let's all be honest. That's where the money's at, right? It's in the blanket product that fits everything, and the doing stuff.
But the problem is that blanket product was once a niche product.
Yeah, for sure.
And
like a Vance and Hines Pro Pipe,
or short shots,
right?
Or
short shots,
big radius. Those things were synonymous to an era. Correct. And they cater to that era.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now they don't want to cater to an era anymore.
Or now you still have those customers that are still holding on to that.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
No, I see it all the time. There are guys that because they ran big radius on their breakout, they want something comparable, so they'll put, I don't even want to say company names, but like the loudest slip-on mufflers that don't do anything, right? All because they want that real Harley sound, brother.
Yeah.
And the time that it would take you to try and educate that, hey, like these bikes need this, and really if you're going to do this, you need to also follow it with this and this, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think that people, but there are still like big supporters of that old mentality of what used to work.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So think about what I'm saying right now. Vance and Hines in particular, because when I first built my first Sportster back in like '08, it was Vance and Hines big radius on it.
Sure, right.
Because it fit that Martin Brothers style pipe that was way more popular at the time.
Right.
But like I said, they built a pipe to fit a niche in the industry, because right now at that same time they were probably selling more pipes to the average softail, fat boy, whatever the case, fishtails, things like that, right? Fishtail's another niche product. So as you move forward, and now the performance thing is whatever 2-into-1s and blah blah blah, and I think Vance and Hines has actually leaned into that. So we'll just use them as like the scapegoat for the other companies that may have not. But why is it that, like, okay, I understand why companies don't lean into scenes and trends, because they don't know how long or how deep this trend is.
Sure.
And then sometimes they don't catch on early enough to actually be a player in it.
Right.
Right. And then they become the
so like the motor company.
Yeah, but we're kind of like synonymous to always have to.
No, I mean, I get it, but here, think about it this way. Obviously the performance movement has been going on for quite a while. Yeah. And now the motor company's kind of on board with it as being like, okay, yeah, we're behind it, but now you've got all your pointy sissy bars with performance suspension.
Yeah.
And
it's
still
starting to get
rocking.
really bizarre.
It is like it's like cross contamination almost,
It's inbreeding.
Right? Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
But we've been taking selfies with
Sissy
pointy
bars.
backrests.
Yeah. And we've got a little group chat going, and every time you see a pointy backrest, you have to take a selfie and give a thumbs up.
I think when it comes to that kind of thing, talking about these different
Pointy
types of parts, yeah, even that, I think that for we operate, especially Millie and I, in our group of people. You're in there too. You're a proxy, but like this world that we're kind of heavily a part of, and all the friends and all the brands that are connected. We're so ingrained into this that it's different for us. We're so much more deeper into the acceptance of this, and these other people.
But I don't know that's like, so it is true, but I think at the same time, because of social media, right, it's becoming ingrained in everybody else too, as far as those companies and this entire scene, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we're seeing this scene kind of take hold in a different way than like Big Wheel or or the Fad before. And so I think, maybe that's a positive when it comes down to it. And circling back to the companies that have been around for a while, and while they're not, trying to get in this market or that market or get in. And I'm not saying this like ill necessarily, but the same dude that was running that company, you know what I mean? The same cats that was at that company 20 years ago when they knew it was cool.
They're still making calling the shots.
Right. And so how do you know what's cool anymore? Right?
That's another.
If your finger's not on the pulse.
That's another thing that I get to experience doing podcasts and talking with a lot of brands and getting deep within certain brands and realizing that a lot of brands in the motorcycle industry are full of people that spent it's an ego thing. It's what it boils down to. It's an ego thing that. Motorcycling became this thing that was a career, a hobby, this thing that was not accepted amongst mainstream culture. And then in the 2000s, when the money came, so did the fucking fame. And so many people never expected to be on that level of notoriety and their ideas hit and everything they did was fucking gold. And there's a semi and there's a big house and a vacation house, and I got a ranch in Sturgis for when we go to bike week, and all this stuff happens, and then all of a sudden the economy crashes and things change, but those people's mentalities never change. They
right.
still think that they have this, something, God empowered me to think and know what's everything needs to be.
And how this industry and what's the fad and what's the next and who's, all of that.
And then think about it, like a lot of those guys probably don't have kids like Roland Sands, who are or Corey Ness or Zach Ness or these people that are so ingrained and wanted to carry on the legacy of the brand that has given them the opportunities they have in life, right?
Yeah.
And so you have a faceless brand that has to figure out how to stay relevant moving forward, and there's no lineage from the creator. Now it's just a marketer, and those marketers can change over years, and so they never have like a, put it like this, like certain brands like Ness has a family lineage that you can connect with. Saddleman has the same kind of thing going on, right? But then you got like S&S. The original S&S people aren't there.
Right.
It's this different thing. So they can't put an individual within the company in front of that brand.
Right.
Because then that would give that individual so much power
over that brand.
And most CEOs are not trying to be fucking the influencers.
Well, and that's what we go back to. It gives them all that power, right? Because the more you feel like, and you do trust, you know, the person or the face of the brand, the more you're going to trust and feel that way about the company. And so, if you give somebody too much, you know, you put them out there and it gives them too much power, you know what I mean? Then, a big conglomerate
so that's one of those
CEO
things where
doesn't want that.
You then got to look at, okay, well, if you have a very good company that respects its employees and takes care of them and trusts them, then you can have that thing where you have a face of a brand who is simply an employee, right? Mm-hmm. And that works because this guy's not like, well, fuck, I'm leaving here next week if you don't give me a raise. Like there's like growth.
Think of it this way, right? And so use LA Choppers for an example. That's a
Marshall.
That's
what I think of.
But it's Marshall.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge company, but it's Marshall. Mm-hmm. And that's the only way to really look, you know, that I've ever viewed that company.
Yeah.
And
I've been supporting for a long time when Marshall was still in dealerships.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now, like when you think of the brand LA Choppers now,
no, you definitely go like straight to Marshall Tucker.
Yeah.
But there was a Chucky before that.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and Chucky was the face of LA Choppers for a very, very long time. And then Marshall came in behind him and really, you know, has done positive things with that company.
Yeah.
And he's a
he's
true,
a positive guy, though.
Yeah.
He's the best
absolutely,
guy. Yeah.
We love partying with Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall's my dude.
I can never
shirt off on the porch crew.
Yeah.
Shout out Marshall.
We were in Owensboro, Kentucky in June, and
in a badass house.
In a badass house, and it's hot.
Yeah.
And we had just set up, and Marshall texted me. He's like, "Hey, you're here?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Are you in the hotel?" And I'm like, "No, we got a house, and we're on the front porch having some beers." And
you can say you're smoking weed too.
Nose beers. Just kidding. We were smoking weed. So he comes in. I've got a handful of joints.
Yeah.
And I don't have my shirt on. Jake don't either. And Marshall, without a fucking doesn't skip a beat, he just says, "Oh, we're doing this."
Shirt
takes
off.
his shirt off.
Yeah.
And we hung out like that for hours.
Yeah. Then we went and had dinner.
At a haunted restaurant.
At a haunted restaurant. We did have dinner at a haunted restaurant.
These motherfuckers left me with the...
I'm talking about Smooth left his ass. Marshall was like, "I'm going to go get our drinks from the bar." And Red from Rebels Den had called me, and I was like, "Oh, it's Red. It's important." And answered it, and he was like, "Hey man, I just want to talk." And I
was
left
like,
Millhouse up there with some haunted ass ghost storytelling ass dude.
He had a mustache and a ponytail and like a
And
painter's
he was
cap
sexy
on,
as hell.
dude. Yeah.
A painter's cap.
Like a
Fool was wearing a leather Indiana Jones hat. Because there was two dudes wearing leather Indiana Jones hats in one damn restaurant of 6 people sitting inside.
They need
this
to
restaurant.
fight for supremacy on that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we were kind of going somewhere with that idea of like talking about, you know, this kind of thing in our industry, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of brands like that, and you know, with what I've seen, you know, you got your Marshall Tuckers, you got a lot of people that put the right people in the spotlight to go and market and brand and be that face in every dealer and everything like that, and that's great. But I mean, if you're, like I said, there's all these levels to these brands, right? Mm-hmm. You might have a 20 employee, you know, good warehouse, good company going on. But then there's that one that's like, a Saddleman. Like I saw their facility. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this is insane.
Yeah.
100 something employees in one building and 40 in another. And like when you get to that point, like how do you stay connected with the industry or with the concept of it?
The only way that you can do that is have, one, trust in your employees.
But see, they were one of the main companies that stayed with the trends, along with, you see like these exhaust companies are big, right? Because exhaust in general is one of the main things that you put on your bike when you buy one, like the air cleaner, seat, exhaust bars.
Right.
Those are the trifecta of things that you want on your bike. And those are the main things that are going to go on every bike in America, period.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When do you add the pointy
handlebars?
Or
the meat hooks,
sissy bars.
The meat hooks was
first.
Yaffe fucking brought that out, and then I remember we had those crush tube meat hooks that were going pretty hard in the scene. I think they're still around a little bit. Mm-hmm. But the meat hooks thing was just like it was the ape hangers on steroids back in the day. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers are still running them.
They're still running
like
them.
The whole state of Florida's running them.
Right.
Craig. He still got some hanging up in the back. He's like, it's going to come back.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I got my bike in Mass. It's got meat hooks on it.
But, yeah, no,
just getting shot at. Do you see how this motherfucker's getting ripped?
Dude, I don't even want to acknowledge it.
What's he doing?
He's 70.
Cocaine, dude.
Yeah.
No, that's all.
He's like 80 pounds down. And
he's very svelte.
And sweaty.
Yeah.
Looking wet, moist.
With his mustache, he looks very porn starish. Like he looks like a good.
Oh no,
he looks like a Ron Jeremy before.
No, I thought he was like a volunteer firefighter. No, man, I drive a truck. Okay.
He's probably getting head from some lot lizard right now. Yeah.
Name's Rhonda. All right, that'll be 1727 and a pack of cool 120s.
I got it. You got change for 20. Oh, Craig.
Oh, Craig.
You take Venmo?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nah, PayPal me, bitch.
I got a square.
I got 2 squares and a half pouch of Copenhagen.
Well, I guess that'll do.
If you want without the teeth, it's more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. What do you? When he gets back, we can start wrapping up. But you're probably one of the only other people I know that are on the road as much. I mean, way more than I am, to be honest with you. You're everywhere because you were in Dallas a handful of times, even before the camp out and blah blah blah. Right? How's it been affecting you? Like as far as like, has the Wanderlust?
I mean, it is stressful. Like I was out for Speed Kings and JNL show.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, and at the beginning of the month. Mm-hmm. And it's like, God dang, I was just out here.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets old.
Yeah.
But then you see some people, and it's like, oh yeah, man, this is way better than sitting in some dead end job, hating life, and just waiting for the clock to strike 5:30 so you can go home.
Yeah.
Every day is always a little different, even in the shop. There'll be times where, you've got to go see some local dealers, or, we'll slab out and look for places to shoot and get content and whatever, right? And then there's days where he's in his side, I'm in my side of the office, and no one's talking. You're just getting shit done, and you're constantly just boom, boom, boom. And before you know it, it's time to roll, time to go home. But put me out on the road. I fucking hate the office. I don't like, I don't feel like
is value.
No, it's not that.
Like,
I just,
you could be more valuable out there.
Yeah, I enjoy being out and talking with dealers and talking with people and having that kind of reassurance and building those relationships and the rapport that we have, you know, besides a couple, really one dealer in Nashville, we mess with everybody. You know what I mean? And
What'd you think about going to Born Free?
loved it.
Yeah.
Dude, it was that was my first Born Free show. Best show I've ever attended.
Remember I
There
was
is
telling
so
you-
much going on that, like, there's so many shows within shows and people, and, like, you know, you want to go look at cool Viklas, there's an entire scabbed out portion that you can just walk through. You want to see cool old FXRs that are, like, true to date, cool, you can do that. Or you can see some really crazy shit, you know? I enjoyed it, man. The Van Cult, like, art, and, you know, I'm real big into that shit. Like, that was super cool. It was hard for me to be there and not been like, oh, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this, because I literally rolled with a carry-on suitcase for the weekend, you know, on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I knew that shit was gonna be crazy. But I did get some cars. I might, you know, hit some people up because, like, I want a hot dog longboard.
Nice.
Pete was out there. Like, I've followed his stuff for a long time. I would love to have a piece of his in my house.
Yeah, that'd be
you
dope.
know. So, but Jeremy was like, "Yo, hit him back, man. I'm sure he's got one or two still, you know." So,
Pete's good, dude.
yeah,
He's got it.
yeah. So,
I've always been telling people, and I told you guys the same thing. I was like, Born Free, California is, if you take everybody that's in Sturgis and you put them in one place in Sturgis, that's Born Free.
100%.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And not. It's just so much. It's like a slow vibe.
Yeah.
Like, there were motherfuckers passed out on that grassy hill in the back.
Yeah.
Like, just living. LIVIN. You know, smoke a little dope, take a little nap, maybe go get a churro, you know, or whatever. But, like, it was cool. Hot as a motherfucker in that ball, dude.
Honestly, the coolest weather
That's
that
what
I've
they were saying.
ever had.
But it
there.
was hot the first day.
Yeah.
Friday was hot.
Okay.
No, wait. Saturday was hot. Saturday was real hot. And Sunday wasn't terrible. It was cooler, but it was still warm. But no, I enjoyed it, man. Even going to Born Free, you know, I didn't have my bike with me, which was kind of a bummer because Eugene and Jeremy and Stone and Ben, like, we were all out together, you know. I would have liked to have mobbed out around Cali with them. You know, that would have been cool.
Because you were in like a Corolla or
Yeah, I was in like this little tiny Japanese car. I had to think small when I got in it, but I felt like, what was that big fucking 8 on fucking Donkey Kong?
The big ape on Donkey
the
Kong.
main character.
Yeah, the main character. Fucking, I felt like Donkey Kong driving that Corolla. Yeah. Fast as fuck on the 101 or 5, whatever the fuck it was. And then he took us to this bougie ass restaurant.
See, I heard, I watched the Justin's video that they put together, and y'all were saying Jace's. That's Justin's place that Justin picked last year, and we just co-signed and said, yeah, let's just go back to that place. We had a good time.
It was shit.
It wasn't as good as it was last year.
It was mediocre at best.
Yeah.
And expensive as a motherfucker, dude. I had escargot, though. That was good. That was worth it.
The food wasn't bad, but last year when we went, the experience was much different. It was night. We were up in the like area where it was lively. It was just
A whole
much more
different vibe there,
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, no, they stoved us down in the damn basement with all the wine.
Yeah.
So you're
Like,
in like
oh,
a
y'all
wine
motherfuckers
cellar?
are in
wine
shorts
cellar.
and T-shirts. Yeah, we were in a wine cellar. And then they put that angry group of white people next to us. I thought she was going to, like, start shooting the place.
Yeah.
She was like, what? Why are we down here? We want to be upstairs. And
That's what Jace was screaming too. Sounds
Internally-
like.
internally.
I didn't give a shit. I was just like, whatever, man. It's hard to
Y'all got ketchup for my steak.
when you're when you're at a place like Born Free or just these events where all these people are at, you want to do something like that, like this carving out of this big event going on, and go have your own little personal time and do something cool that's memorable. It's more personable, like where you can just have fun and not feel like
me and Millhouse got a joint that we might not even tell the people in this house about while we're here.
Yeah,
Fire.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's called Bakujo.
No, don't say it out loud. Damn.
What is it?
It's ramen. Authentic ramen.
Dude, I'm on a sushi kick right now.
Gross.
I love sushi. Look, we can go eat sushi.
Dude,
Anytime you want to.
Dude, that gas station had it earlier.
off, dude.
The windmill.
The one we got the.
I want to get sushi in Wall Drug.
Yeah, South Dakota.
South Dakota.
Like,
is this rice
for the last
or maggots?
For the last 500 miles, all you see is sushi, wall drugs, and you show.
It's like
up.
the Robertson ham sandwich. If you're coming around Texas at all, it's like you see it forever and you never know where the fuck it's at.
Yeah,
it's like
a
a
ham
buck
sandwich.
Yeah, like this Robertsons or Robertsons, however you would pronounce it. There's these billboards in all different directions, and they're in Oklahoma, they're in Texas, and they go. I have no idea who the fuck or where the fuck this place is.
Oh, you've never had one?
No.
It's still a mystery.
But it's a ham sandwich in one direction, and it's a fucking provolone something over here. It's a meatball sub over here.
I can't believe I would have tracked that place down by now.
No,
I'm a big sandwich guy. Big sandwich guy.
Dude. Yeah, it's
What
weird.
are you doing?
I'm sorry, what?
What?
I was trying to find whatever the fuck he was talking about. I couldn't spell it though.
Robertson's.
Robert.
It's fucking Robert.
Spell.
Don't
I'm trying
church
to figure
it
out
up,
what
dirt.
this hot
Don't
tub
church
do.
it. Yeah, I'm actually. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Well,
Dude,
I feel like my obligation to you guys.
Is to take some boner pills and get in this hot tub.
Don't twist my arm. Thank you for everything you've done for my brand, the Fast Life and the podcast. So, I mean, you guys have, since 2019, actually, funny story, and we'll wrap it up on this. I ran ThunderMax prior to it, and then once we built our performance bagger, the first one we really did and rode, I bought my ThunderMax. You gave me dealer on it, but I bought it, and then we hung out in 2019. Me, you, Steve Chamberlain, and your current employee situation at the time, which is much different now.
Yeah, for sure.
And we got fucked up at Buffalo Wild Wings
Imagine that.
Yeah.
in Rapid
Jay said
City.
At a B-Dubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all would
hey,
sniff one out.
And what was wild,
There's
though,
only
is
3 in
like
this
before
state.
we had even, we had that first interaction with that first module or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think Rusty at D&D is who, really put us on and, kind of got the conversation started. But before we even hung out in Sturgis,
Yeah.
we fucked around and talked for 45 minutes on the phone, the first time we ever talked. And I
At
was
night, were y'all dressed?
huh? Baby,
No, he was talking.
Baby,
I was rubbing the head a little bit.
right, baby, I was in bed and silk sheets and everything.
Yeah. Candlelit.
Yeah, the whole bit. But it was cool. It was okay, this is a thing that's going to work, you know.
Yeah.
And then we hung out in 19 up here or whatever for a little while, and it's just kind of always been cohesive since. And so we appreciate everything you've done for our brand also, man.
What y'all did this year for the camp out was amazing. I mean, the way that, not just ThunderMax, but, Ace Graphics coming in, what they provided.
Yeah.
Everything. And that's one thing that I think that makes the camp out what it is. And moving forward, whatever it looks like in the future, it is about brands like y'all's leaning into it and making it your own thing that you're, you know what I mean?
We're
Well,
going to come
now
even
that-
harder next year. So
Well, now that we're all here,
Yeah.
we're done.
Fuck.
I'm glad
Flip
we
the
had
table.
this.
let's go get naked in the hot tub together.
All right,
Yeah, no, it's been good, and next year is going to be even better.
Yeah.
I think that we're finally starting to see the fruits of labor, right? So you're out. It's always, it's hectic a lot of times. It's a lot of travel. It's a lot of fucking windshield time for me. But man, seeing people that you've built these relationships over the last 3 years being with ThunderMax has been super killer. There was a cat today that rode all the way from Boston, Mass, right outside of Boston. I had just talked to him the other day about his bike. And here he is on a fucking Wednesday in South Dakota. Like, yo, dude, we talked. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And he was like, well, I'm here. You said you could look at my bike. And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's cool, too, because, like, you'll see the same cats at, like, the same rallies. And, like, you know, their customers.
Even our old dudes. Like, you know, like homeboy from Canada.
That's my dog.
Yeah. Like, slabbed up today. Him and his boy ride in from Canada and come and visit us. And didn't they leave their truck and trailer at our facility for a couple weeks to ride down around Florida?
And it's just, you know, and it's just these dudes we met, you know, just talking to them at the rally.
I pulled up yesterday. He's getting his bike. Tech's looking at his bike. I jump out of the van. He's like, well, what'd you leave your bike? Where's your bike? And I'm like, dude, it's in the van. And he goes, oh, man, I was about to say, all you needed here. I was like, yeah, bro. Well, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my first time.
Yeah. But, yeah.
This is only my second rodeo.
Right.
I did a t-shirt.
Yeah. But it's cool. We definitely... I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Having fun.
And this is going to come out after Sturgis, but
this will come out.
I'm calling it. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think this will probably be one of our best years that we've had.
Yeah.
And I think that with the amount of traction that we've had just in internet sales this year alone, it's crazy. You know, we're doing well. Mm-hmm. You know, and things are continuously growing, and you know, obviously the business is growing. We've hired a couple new guys, and they're going to be they're working out great.
Yeah.
You know, and what we're trying to maybe in future is pump in some new youth and maybe bring some different points of view for us, you know, and I think that marketing
goes back to kind of what we were talking about with some of the companies that have been around a long time.
And I think that,
you know, stay keeping it fresh.
You're going to see that, you know, our marketing stays prevalent, and you know, we just keep the ship moving forward. Yeah. And hopefully, you know, we got some new products coming out and some new stuff that we've been working on with R&D. Steven's put in a shit ton of hours, and he deserves every Miller Lite that he drinks, you know, because at these rallies, man, he's one of the last ones to always be done.
Yeah.
You know, and it's true testament. He's been here for a while.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, half the shit that is ThunderMax is because of him. You know, and he works weird hours, and you know, he might come in at 10, but he doesn't leave until 8, 9, 10 o'clock, you know, or one of our engineers would be like, hey, I need you to be at work early because I need this, and I need you to go test all day. He'll do it. You know, so when people really start understanding like the core of ThunderMax and who and how we are as a company, we really, you know, people get upset. They've been getting upset with like, we don't have modules for trikes 19 and newer because of the traction control. We're working on that, but we don't, you know, sure, we could slap something together that half-ass works,
but that's
you know,
just not how
but
we're
that's
gonna
not how we're going to do it, you know. So we've taken a lot of time on this, and it's finally coming to where, oh shit, we're towards the end.
I think
on this.
that like the smoke and mirrors of what's going on is that every year Harley finds a way to kind of make your job harder.
Yeah,
they do
sure.
every year, man. So you know, I mean, you look at
even the new bikes that just came
so,
out.
you know, and it's a slightly different platform than like what the Pan America is or the Sportster or whatever. And so, you know, just trying to stay on top of what Harley's doing constantly with all these changes. They're trying to figure out what they're doing. You know, it puts us, you know, adding features becomes something that it's like, okay, well, we've got to come up with this module. We got to figure this out versus trying to add some features right now.
Yeah.
But we're working on both of those, and it's actually we've got this system worked out that's working really well. That's allowing us to accomplish both those things at one time. So it's been nice. So we're going to have, you know, more and more features coming out.
I just think people need to understand that like the way that the aftermarket industry works is once Harley puts a bike out, then you have to get your hands on it. You have to do the R&D.
Yep.
You have to reverse engineer whatever they've changed.
It takes
and then
time.
you have to figure out how to bypass all these things that they put in place to keep you from doing so that you can have a tuner and module that allows more accessibility and tunability to a motor than what Harley provides for you.
You know, since I put my bike back together right before Daytona, my cruise control has not worked because I took my radio out and I put Justin's gauge relocation and shit, right? Well, I had no idea that when you took all that, like, the bike's trying to communicate with everything, and it wasn't. And it was an $82 Amazon fix that fixed it, and I finally used it for the first time today. Blew my mind. Thanks, Eugene, for pointing me in this direction or whatever. But, like, it's crazy small shit like that you know, you don't know. You're taking a fucking radio out. It's not that big of a deal. Or it shouldn't be. But there's so much information that's passed through
and you don't know
there.
until you know it. And you don't know it until you've
figured it out.
You ran up on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, and I had a couple different companies trying to, like, figure out what my fucking issue was, you know, because I got aftermarket gauges and this and that, you know, and I called Justin, and he was like, oh, yeah, man, I had a guy out in California that, you know, took his radio out and had all kinds of shit, and he sent me this that worked. So I was like, well, shit, I'll order it off fucking Amazon, of all places. This past Saturday, had my bike all stripped down anyway, and sure enough, plugged it in. Done. Fixed it. This motherfucker's been fucked up since Daytona, dude.
Yeah, Justin's bitch ass needs to put a goddamn paper in his goddamn packaging.
Yeah,
you know
some
what I mean?
instructions.
Yeah.
Or just buy
And a
those
link.
harnesses,
Yeah,
mark them up, and
that's
sell
what-
them on his website.
That's what,
I want to see Justin's first attempt at making instructions that puts in a box. Because if you think about it, like, you know, we got to end it soon, but like all y'all's, like when you get a ThunderMax, right? There's instructions in there. There's like thought out, methodical things that you're explaining for the novice to put this on. And I want to see Justin's version of like how to explain how to do some of his shit.
you just call him. Because
No, I don't. I know we can, but I want to see what the fuck his wife types up, because he's not going to do it.
Right. It'd probably be
Rachel.
no, it'd probably be young.
Yeah. It'd be Hudson.
Yeah, for sure.
Dad, what did you want us to say?
Yeah,
Just, you know, whatever. Just fucking, they got to do this.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go through with a highlighter and just hope they misspell stuff and like don't use
Your
punctuation.
Send it all back with a red
apostrophe
pen.
RE, bitch.
All right, guys. Well, hey, ThunderMax, it's pretty cool. So check it out. And Millhouse, Jake,
September 16th.
Performance
Throwdown.
Throwdown. And be on the lookout for our next upcoming giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever
We're
this comes
doing-
out, we're doing one every month.
We're
So-
doing one every month till the end of the year, and then we're done.
And then we might do
And then
something
we're
else.
folding.
That's great.
Then we're going home.
I've been giving away a Simpson helmet on our Patreon every month, and my patronage has gone down. It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm gonna give you this free helmet every month. They cost me money.
And they're like, nah,
It
ain't worth
we
it.
don't want to support it anymore. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go fuck myself. All right, guys.
Goodbye. Love you.
I had a glorious time hanging out with these guys. I think after we finished this podcast, we ended up jumping into the hot tub, continuing to drink Red Bull vodkas, which I swore I would never do once I turned 30. I'm 40 now, so definitely doesn't sit well with my body. But had a great time. Little hangover the next day, but it's always a fun time hanging out with those guys. So if you are going to try to make the trip down to see the Performance Throwdown show, please do so. Once again, it's Saturday, September 16th from 2 to 6 p.m. at the ThunderMax facility in WhiteHouse, Tennessee. It's going to be a good time. I wish I could make it, but with this FXR tour stuff going down and everything else leading up to Born Free Texas, I am pretty much on house arrest until Born Free. So check it out. Also, don't forget to check out all the other sponsors we have helping keep this show running and going. They have been crucial for me this year, being on the road so much, trying to capture content and evolve this channel and this brand and all this other good stuff. I'm excited for some new things that I'm working on. I need to do myself a favor and keep some of it close to the chest for a while until it's got some legs before I, just spout it out and put it out there too quick, and then, then I screw myself. Anyway, We got a lot of episodes recorded. I got a lot happening this month. I'm about to cram this in for you guys and put out a lot of episodes this month. We're getting back into the gear. We're getting back on the ball. I don't know. First time back. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Thank you for listening. Check out our Patreon. Check out our sponsors. And we're going to catch you on the next episode.